wageni watatu Mheshimiwa Sebastian Kapufi mbunge, ambao ni wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani. Wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani, karibuni sana.
Shalom, Salama, Siemi, Shalom. Greetings to all my Israelite brothers and sisters from around the world, whether they are the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the house of Israel, or you are a Gentile grafted into the house. I welcome you this morning. Hallelujah. I couldn't even get my morning routine down before Sister Chantel's calling. Brother Karras, you gonna get that link on out there. I said, calm down, Sister Chantel. We got a lot to talk about. I understand, Sister Chantel.
Shalom, everyone. I almost made Karras late. In fact, we are late, aren't we?
Yeah. You didn't almost make me late. You made me late. I was trying to get on there. Next thing I know, Karras, you gonna open up the panel? We got to talk about this. I said, I know there is a lot to talk about.
Oh my days!
The Hague is on fire right now. If you look at Tuna Checky's channel, I was looking at that this morning. Every country is literally lining up.
Oh yeah, tag me in.
Oh, they're coming out against them, that Eastern Mediterranean nation, and they're like, look, you see this? You know, they're trying to do this for the purpose of stealing land. Very interesting, the dynamics of what you see in history. I'm going to drop this link here. The reason that this is so interesting, this is on the thumbnail. There is a presumably Caucasian woman of Italian European descent, and this person is, the thumbnail and the video of the description of the video is Italian professor is Italy European or African. And it's funny because when you understand truth unedited and you understand the Medici family and you understand what was going on with the Pope, with the Italians, with the collapse of Rome, with everything that was happening, do you understand where them folks come from out of? That's why their origins, it's no secret, their origins come from Italy.
Yes, it does. It's even in one of their, well, I think it might be in one of the Talmudic books or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, it's in there.
Yes, Onkelos. Went into Germany.
Yep. A lot of that, yes, that was their elites, their ruling class.
He was also the nephew of Hadrian, the Emperor Hadrian. One of the things Hadrian was we all know about, we've heard of Hadrian's Wall, but what most people might not know is that Hadrian also made a declaration saying that when they had in order to completely crush the Judean or Yehudim rebellion, to make sure that they never rose up against them again, he said that they will rebuild another city, J city. I don't want to say it, but another J city, and so that the descendants would be confused and they will not know where the city is.
Doesn't
And
that
it's
say?
ironic.
Isn't that in Jeremiah 50 and
It
51?
is.
We
It
would
is.
be
It is.
turning to the word and asking which way is it to what? To Zion. We
Mm-hmm.
won't even understand. And that's now, look, they know where it is. They know it's in Africa. I don't care what you want to say from other teachers, other places that, if they've gone on over to that dirt desert spot, hallelujah. I've been over
Mm-hmm.
more times than I care to recall. And I see that it's not our land. Going over to the continent and understanding and putting your feet on that ground that is fertile, on that ground that produces something, on that ground that's actually life, there is, to me, in my opinion, to me, that's the land. On top of that, their documents have said that that's the land that they wanted to go on over to, but it was a little too
Dark.
premature for them to go there because
Too hot.
they really didn't have their numbers up like that. You know what I'm saying? They really didn't have their numbers up like that. So maybe they thought that in a few generations they'd be able to, get there and get to where they needed to get to and have, some sort of a formidable alliance or force. And that didn't happen. Matter of fact, their birth rates collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
Their
Has
birth
been.
rate had collapsed and had been. Their skin cancer rates have increased. So the plan of them trying to conquer Africa, and now you hear this professor, and when you understand and you read Jasher and you read Edom and Zepho and how the tents of Edom have been spread wide to do what? To be the dukes, the chiefs of all these nations.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're starting to see that they are in shambles because somebody's getting judged. Now you see Obadiah happening. Now you see, well, Italy, this part of Italy is actually Africa, right? Now they're trying to make the play that Sicily and south of Rome is now Africa. You think that that's a game. They're not playing.
Yeah, because they're being locked out.
They know the resources.
I saw that. Sister Chantel showed me that video. I was like, what?
I know it just came on literally after I came off yesterday, and I saw it. I was like, "What in the world?"
I didn't even see that. That came in my news feed, and I shared that, and that's what I just shared in the chat. That is crazy. But
It
I mean,
is.
but think about it. I mean, technically speaking, they're actually not wrong.
No, they're not.
Well,
the Swiss Alps actually is the continental divide.
the only
Hey, bro.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Roger.
Hey, bro. Shalom to everybody. But I want to say to Karis, I had to defend you on TikTok yesterday, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, I even went to your comments. I said, I'm gonna take the heat off you. I'm gonna put it on me. Talking about that trans player that hurt those three girls. I said, I was very supportive. I was very neutral. I said, hey, we got to give it to both sides. They're both very talented. Not even NBA players are able to play with three balls on the court. So hey, I was stark neutral on that.
Groto just wanted to come through and have
He
those
just
those
wanted to
clean
highlight
sheets
that
nice and dirty. He just wanted to
the
dirty
honor
up them
man.
clean sheets. He came in there with all sorts of dirt and grime on his feet, just got the clean sheets dirty. Oh man.
Rojo's that dude that like when they call on in the class to read and you know that he knows there's a curse word in the reading and he can't wait to read it.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody knows that an ass is a donkey. Come on now.
He said, I want to read this portion of Huckleberry Finn. Oh my goodness.
Hey, bro.
Let me read the N-word. You know I'm black, I can do it.
Those
Oh,
awkward moments in
Rojo,
elementary
how I
school.
have missed you.
I can't come on like I used to because of my work schedule. And then I have a long commute, so it like abuts into whenever y'all come home. And whenever I come here, I'm like, man, where's the liquor at?
Rojo, we already know you've been participating in that trucker strike over there in New York. So you don't have to lie to us.
Participating.
You don't
Rojo
have
was
to
the
lie
one
to
that
us.
probably instigated the whole thing.
He instigated it. It was. There was a black man behind it.
Hey,
Chicago Ray said, "Man, I got bamboozled by a black man. He was white facing me. I got white faced. Tell him, brother, and bring all your Skittles and candy bars and your pop sticks.
yeah, bring your supersize, your king size.
Bring all the Starburst that you need, brother. You know what? I think that's right. Yeah, Rojo, I think you're good. You're good in my book anytime, Rojo.
You're one of the good ones, boy.
Uh, all right, look here. I see some of them folks. You know, like how in baseball season with Barry Bonds, they put the target floating on a river. Well, they put that one of those for me, and they said, "You know what? That's for you, Rojo. You get any of us arrested, we're gonna X mark the spot with you. You will never come up." I'm like, okay. I got Skittles on one side, Kit Kat on the other side. I got my Snicker bar. I got my Hershey bar, my Milky Way.
Sounds like it's Halloween, bro.
Right, Rojo, you're gonna have you ain't gonna have no teeth left.
He said he got Milky Ways. I'm trying to figure out what a Milky Way is going to be. Is that like a Ghostbuster thing? You now have the Ecto gun. You know what
A
I'm
Charleston
saying?
chew.
Like,
I got the Charleston chews on me.
I got some Laffy Taffies. What
Uh,
is that?
and what's that rapper's name?
Entertaining folks, carrots, Laffy Taffies. Come on now.
Hey, what's the rapper's name in Canada? The Canada that he used to rap with Lil Wayne in there, the light skinned brother.
Oh, Drake? Is that what you're talking
You're
about?
trolling, right? Come on, man.
Take it. Remove the
I
E
think
and put the O. What do you have? Don't say it on here.
Yeah.
The whole narrative is falling apart, isn't it?
That's what the Milky Way is. It's the
hey,
Drake.
Uncle.
Shalom, fam. Did you guys see the representative of Japan, who Japan used to represent them
Yep.
when they
The
were
black,
making their
the brother, right? Go ahead,
Professor
brother Asa.
Akandi? Yeah, man, that was brutal.
It was.
That
It
that
was.
that was
I didn't. Please
So,
tell me.
let me kind of bring this on back because that's what I wanted to really hone in on. All right. So Tuna Checky's channel, and it's not just Tuna Checky. There's a couple of channels that's on out there actually playing the live stream of the ICJ hearings as we speak. Matter of fact, when I just got off of it about an hour, about 40 minutes ago, they were going to basically their lunch break at The Hague. Am I right, brother Asaph?
It's lunchtime now, so yeah.
Yes,
Right
yes.
over on the
So
side of the pond.
Yes, but they also have other
Yeah, they
like
were.
I
They
think
were. They were.
Luxembourg coming up, some other countries that's coming up, and they're all against Israel, and they've been talking about
Said the
the
I word.
yeah, exactly, the illegal occupation. This is in context of the ICJ, so YouTube, it's in context of the ICJ. So now you have these countries. This is an Asian country. This is part of the homeboy alliance of the West. This is your Asian partner that's
Mhm.
like, going against the grain. Like the West is looking at them like, yo, do we need to give you another Oppenheimer moment? Do we need to hit you with another 1 and 2?
Do
This
we need
time it'll be the
do
3 and
you to
4.
get the Goku spirit bomb? No, let me stop.
Stop it.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where it's like, hey, you know, seeing that happen right now at this time, this is a big deal. This is a huge deal. We're at a tremendous point in time because if you understand what's happening in the ICJ, okay, guess what? There's no ceasefire. The US vetoed it. Yeah, we understand that. But guess what the other nations are doing? Now they're bringing their heat. Now they're getting ready, as Rojo would say. Now they're about to get their candy bars and Skittles ready. Am I correct, Rojo, with the terminology?
You are absolutely right on everything. And let me tell you, you were right. I got some inside info that Kiev moved their government to Lviv. You were on the money when you said that. Now, I don't know the timing, but I was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah. Kiev is about to fall probably in the next week or so. They didn't let up, and you want to know what's happening? They're gonna have their last front in Kiev. Kiev will probably take about 2 or 3 weeks. And then when the soldiers finally realize that there ain't no more leadership in Kiev and that they're just there as a prop, then they're running out of Ukraine. They'll probably
Mhm.
run to Poland or Germany.
And you know who else is getting hit? Who else is getting smothered? That place, how you say it? That East Mediterranean place. They're getting
Oh,
jammed.
they're getting worked. Yeah, they're getting the work. They're getting the financial. They're being financially broken. They've lost 20% of their GDP. Imagine 20%, a fifth of your economy just disappears. A fifth of your economy.
That's disgusting.
And the sun is parboiling them. Those folks are dropping like flies out there. I had no
Hmm.
idea that it was one of like that.
Yeah. Coco Juice says a shell of their former selves. Absolutely. That's absolutely correct. And we're seeing their own disintegration happening in front of their own eyes, their own faces. Esau's done. I don't know what to tell y'all. Esau's done.
Oh,
Along with the black church as well, because they've only become glorified nightclubs now.
oh no,
Yep.
I'm gonna let
Exactly
you
what
know.
I was saying yesterday. The state of these churches, like especially these women. No offense, like but the worst thing they could have ever done was put these women as pastors and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I feel like
Whoa,
that.
Sister Chantel, that was very.
I don't
No, I'm
care.
just
No,
joking. I'm joking.
it's true. It's true.
I,
It's
I
true.
think
Coming
you
from
need
your
to,
mouth.
Sister Chantel. I think you need to go to a seminary school and understand how the word of God.
God.
Terrence, but she needs a women's pastor sensitivity course. She needs diversity
You need
training.
diversity
Oh,
training and
just
Diversity
cultural
stop.
training. There, yeah.
sensitivity.
We need to. You need some re-education, Sister
we,
Chantel.
I'm sorry. I spoke out of
we
turn.
need to get you in a FEMA re-education camp immediately.
Sister Chantel, in the words of somebody from another channel that we listen to, you going to hell.
Oh,
Your soul
Oh.
is condemned by fire and brimstone. Hallelujah.
I rebuke that in the name of
You was
Yahusha.
wrong. You was wrong.
Who
No,
put
but
You
that
was
for real,
wrong.
evil on
these
me, Ricky
women,
Yo,
Bobby?
I don't know
yo,
what's going on,
It's
they're
man.
blessed
looking
when you
like
do
okay. They're looking like
resurrection.
the pastors from Vampire in Brooklyn.
That's so wrong.
Somebody
That
needs
is
to give me that.
so
Somebody needs to give me that sound
so
bite.
wrong.
I mean, it's okay to do your own thing.
It's okay. Ain't no shame if you want to go out there on a Friday night with a $2 hoe. I'm sorry.
Yo, is that not the case? Is that not for real? That's Vampire in Brooklyn for real.
And hey, since y'all tell brothers pastors that are not YT, well, hey, brother Karras, the state above you. What about the black pastor there? We need to be thankful. We need to thank God for Fonnie Willis.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Listen. The elites and boule classes are all getting. They're getting shredded up. They're getting candy barred up with them Skittles, turning them into Swiss cheese. That sounds like the worst diabetic snack ever, doesn't it?
And what's the message? What's the
Why
message?
do they turn? Why are there euphemisms always in food? What's the matter with these people? You can't really put down, you can't really pick up what I'm putting down with these breadcrumbs, as we get these mish sandwiches going.
And
Oh,
hey, Karras, let me put you on some game. And I got to shout out to the Black Alpha Network for this. You know how she put RICO charges on all those YSL people?
mm.
I got two spins for you. 3 years ago, she was the lawyer for the co-founder, and she was dating him. No misinformation. All facts is documented. It's out of her own mouth. They got the documents. Man, the the talented 10th, they're getting lit up. And they need it. They need to get lit up along with them folks trying to sell us.
It's true. You know what though? It's true. There, all these folks that had, um, succumb to, well, this is our land. We'll never do this. We'll never do that. America's the promised land. We were saying that. Shout out to our Maple Leaf brother. He's like, you're not gonna have just 90,000 people on the border, and you're not gonna use it. I'm like, oh, surprise, surprise.
Well,
I've been saying no, you haven't. No, we've been saying it. We've been explaining this, right? Because his whole thing was, well, we'll come with a peace plan, and then you see how it just steadily devolved to, it's biblical because the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Okay,
oh
now
snap!
you
Canadian
have me
Prepper giving
coming
out
to
precepts
Yahusha
on his
moment.
channel now.
Karras, y'all all need prayer. Y'all all know that the Maple Leaf man is about to do something to
Oh,
himself.
he's about to blow a
Wait,
gasket. This dude's
wait,
about to catch
Flojo,
an aneurysm.
Flojo, what are you talking about? I'm Canadian Prepper. I'm just getting prepared.
I'm sorry.
Prepared to meet our doom.
Hey,
It's
Canadian,
all gloom and doom, folks. It's all gloom and doom.
hey, Canadian Prepper, let me give you a different set of leaves that Maple Leaf ain't doing right. Let me give you that spiky leaves that's green. It has a funky smell when you light it up.
Well, here in Canada, I'm pretty sure that's illegal, but I don't know. When the hizzy hits the fizzy and the tizzy and the shizzy, I think that sounds like it's gonna stop people from going crazy. I don't know. People are already going crazy.
Especially y'all up there, brother. Yeah, I mean, are y'all putting yourselves down up there like they doing down here?
You talking about Jersey?
No, Canada.
Oh, Canada. Oh, I broke character. I don't want to play him
Oh,
anymore.
you did. I'm like, wait.
I'm just Garth now.
Yeah. But going back into that, when you have 90,000 troops, and shout out to Sister Chantel that had we saw the TikTok illustration on yesterday's live stream, where you only have a fraction of not only the soldiers, armaments, weapons, and other vehicles than you have with the Russians. But that is like you done lost the war. That's like that one white child that went into Harambe's cage.
Oh, I can't believe you went there.
Oh snap! He brought Harambe in this.
You know,
Serious.
You trying to go into Harambe's cage. It ain't gonna be looking good when you looking like a 2-year-old going into Harambe's cage. Stop playing with.
They're like somebody that's been beaten up and they're still running their mouth when they're on the floor and they're getting their head kicked in.
That's correct.
Hey, I have to say about Chantel, she was on point yesterday because I listened to that playback last night at work. Man, she was banging some stuff last night. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I listened to it yesterday as well, and I listened to it when I came back from work, and the rest of it this morning. And Sister Chantel was on point. Sister Chantel is better than all these people that are on YouTube, calling themselves prophets and prophetesses. She should just walk into 10 Downing Street and tell them that they should surrender because their time is up and how
the,
long they got.
the only thing I got upset about Asaph, brother Asaph, is that she
Yeah.
kept cutting off. Like I'm like, whenever she gets on, it's like somebody's cutting her mic. I know it's not none of y'all, but it was just really I kind of got frustrated with that because every time she
Oh
get
yeah,
to
they do that to us. They do that to us quite a lot here when we're talking, even on other forums locally within the UK. We just get interference, and sometimes we hear stuff in the background.
Even just
You know,
being on the
but
phone,
yeah, they're
even just
listening to
being on the phone.
everything that we do.
Mm.
Yeah, they're listening to everything that we have to say. And the only reason why they haven't sent people around to us or anything like that is that they can't specifically build a case to put us before a judge or to fire us from our jobs because that's the only reason why we're still walking around. But they're working on it.
Mm.
hey,
They're,
Karen,
they're working on it.
hey, Karen, that
ID theft was the case that they gave me. After 400 years. I see stealing IDs. Now that I see JB trying me. And I thought I was getting land. But they done
Laid
messed up the
back with my
plan.
birthright on my mind.
y'all,
ID theft
y'all,
was the case that they gave me.
hey, y'all,
The
You know,
painted
you
Egypt,
you
the
you,
painted
you
image
know
was
what?
the thing that the heathen gave me.
y'all are
You know,
crazy. Y'all are crazy.
this reminds me of when Elijah was mocking the heathens on the prophets of Baal in First Kings chapter 18 when he was making fun of them. You know, this is exactly what we're doing at the moment. That nobody will understand the jokes that are happening, but it's just like First Kings 18, where the prophets of Baal was called out, and and fun was being made of them, and they could not respond, and then after that, the judgment came on them.
Here we go.
Elijah was grimy for that.
No, no,
I know, man. He was brother
What did
Karis
he
is
say?
probably his
What did he
cousin.
said? He said, shout a little louder, right?
Is your
Maybe
God
Yeah, he's on the
sleeping?
maybe your God's
no,
asleep. Mm.
he said maybe he's on vacation. Yeah,
Yeah,
little,
is he on a long journey? Where's he gone?
He said he's on vacation. That was funny.
and
He
shut
he went on holiday.
and I
yeah.
shut them. Judgment didn't
It's
happen.
Christmas, isn't it?
I also find it funny, like when if you read Jasher,
Sorry,
how
I was just gonna say Santa took a trip around the world. That's why.
like how Abraham just like was like showed no mercy with Terah's idols, and he just like hey, Terah got all mad. He's like, Abraham, what happened to these images? He's like, I don't know. You ask me. It looks like they got hungry or whatever. He's like, there's no
Yeah,
way they could eat, right? He's like, there's no way these idols could eat. So he was basically just trolling his dad about the idols, and then obviously just like left.
yeah. Why do you worship them then? That was another mic drop moment. That was hilarious as well. Are people funny?
Let me get into this video. This is courtesy of Sister Chantel. This is fair use. Fair use. Well, let me.
After I liberate the Jewish people, I will go to Africa to help liberate the black people.
Video footage of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu talking about Israel's goals for Africa in a press conference in Uganda has many on the continent speculating what those plans and goals are. Will Africa be Israel's next target after they completely dominate Palestine? Watch the video and let us discuss.
We have tremendous opportunities. We've solved our water problem, even though we're a very dry land. We've solved our agricultural problem. We produce with great productivity, vegetables, dairy. Always boasting which cow produces more milk per cow in the world. You think it's a French cow or a Dutch cow. It's an Israeli cow. It's a computerized cow. Every move is monitored, But we are eager to share this technology in so many fields with our African friends. We think that Israel now is the best partner that the countries of Africa could have, and it's something that is dear to our hearts. After I liberate the Jewish people, I will go to Africa to help liberate the black people. We have our African brethren, the Ethiopian Jews, who are in our society, and I personally work every few weeks to help integrate.
Okay, that's all I can stomach on that one.
Nat Newton hit King. He has a dream, Karis. Get out of here with all that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Yep. Man, somebody beat me to it. Exactly, Clifford Possible. You ain't producing nothing. They done shut you off, and now your economy crashed 20%. Stop playing.
Hey, Karen,
They're all looking towards the continent. You notice he said about the dry land. I think he got upset because we were basically saying that his land is drier than our foot
They
bottom.
solved the water crisis. No, they didn't.
They got
solved
upset.
the farming crisis. No, they didn't.
Dry like his skin.
may I please
That's
quote
right.
may I please quote a rapper in response to being Yahoo? Can I quote a rapper? I quote Jay-Z, do me a favor, don't do me no favors, I'll handle mine.
No.
That's right, man. They can stay out.
And do you see the dog whistles? Liberate. Liberate. Yes, those are the dog whistles.
Liberate means
What are they
more
trying to do?
occupation.
This is our last hurrah. We're about to get kicked out. Please kick us out to Uganda to do what? So then now we can do the same thing. I'm telling you.
Oh,
I'm
snap.
telling you.
You're right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. Cash.
Look, do you see that? Do you see it? This? You can't make this up. This is coming from them.
They saw that mountain of gold. That's what. These dragons are greedy.
The dragons are greedy. Exactly. And here's the problem that they're going to run into. Second Esdras 15. They're going to run into Second Esdras 15. They're running into Obadiah. They know they have no genetic linkages there when they are predominantly European. They already know.
That man is from Turkey. It's been proven. His family's from Turkey.
They know. They are, and that is, I told you, this is the desperation. This is a case that's being made. Oh, you're trying to come here now? No.
I am white.
And also, if you got the CIFA or the NSRV, it says in the CIFA in First Maccabees 2 verses 6 through 9 that all the tribes of Israel will be gathered at the Ark of the Covenant uh, when has emerged, and that never happened in 1948. And for those of you online that want to look, it's in Second Maccabees 2 verses 6 through 9, and it tells you that all the 12 tribes of Israel will be regathered again, and that didn't happen in 1948. This is
No.
one of the reasons why they removed the apocryphal text.
So do you understand how witchcraft works? He's trying to have the folks agree, hey, aren't you going to agree? Aren't you going to agree? Aren't you going to agree? And now folks are saying, no, we're not going to agree with that. We rebuke that. We rebuke that in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach.
Especially what he's talking about. What he's talking about is a very hostile takeover. I guarantee you.
Bingo. No,
Yeah.
they're not getting out of Ukraine. No, or well, now, sorry, they're not getting out of that Eastern Mediterranean nation. They're not. They're not. They're going to be driven up north. They will. They'll get driven up north.
Exactly.
I don't even know why they even want to try.
Because you got to remember, it's a foolish nation. This is the foolish nation.
They can't even take the heat where they are. And they want to come into our kitchen?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Once you've learned how to kill, steal, and destroy, that's all you're going to do. And, you know, they're trying to do it with what? Shadowy language, shadowy talk. This is, yes, current status. This is an act of desperation. And they're trying to act like nobody in the world is seeing this.
More Europeans.
But Daniel 7 said they would talk big. Then it wasn't it prophesied that Daniel 7 said they would talk big.
That's correct. Right? It's the little horn.
They've been gaslighting the whole world for many years now, and now they're being exposed.
Now, exactly. And now they're not just being exposed. Now they don't know how much time they have left. This to me is they're scared.
This is their
desperation language. Yes, they're scared. Can we get down to the continent? And honestly, no, they can't. Because the continent shut them out.
That meeting.
Rick shut them out.
Yeah, that meeting where they got kicked out, where the what's it? You know, the ambassador trying to sit in on the meeting, and they were like, "Nah, you need to leave," and they got booted out.
Algeria, Libya, literally Egypt has already shut them out. They shut them out.
Hey, Karen, did you hear when Egypt made the reference, regarding that place east of the Mediterranean, just above them, when they made a reference to Gadal, Nassar, when they made that reference to him?
Yeah,
so
but here's the funny thing is that was always Aelia Capitolina.
Oh,
they came back. Yeah, they came back to what? To the dirt? No, they were trying to come back. This is their plan. They were trying to come back. Can we get into Uganda? Can we get into Kenya?
So what
There are brothers. There are brothers. Stop gaslighting.
This is
not. Show it genetically. Show it genetically. Well, we can't because the science isn't there yet. No, you can't lie. The science will never be there.
We can't do it. It's illegal now.
Truly be a diaspora.
Exactly, and now it's illegal. Surprise, surprise. The liars are being taken to court, and now they're being exposed. They're being exposed on the world stage, and now they're getting mad, and they're saying, "Oh, well, it's this and that and that and this." They can't even determine their whole argument of anti what because their bloodline is Japheth.
Hold on, little bro.
I am white.
Yeah.
I am white.
Caucasian.
Unseasoned.
I gotta kind of correct you on something, brother. We're the only diaspora. There's no one.
Exactly.
I
that's
know.
ever.
I was joking, Rojo. I said they're about to become one. They're about to be scattered.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be the Caucasian diaspora.
Not you too, Karis. Come on, man. You and Garth are killing a brother right now.
What?
Hey,
They're gonna be in the four corners of the earth. That's
well, they're
what
gonna
I
be.
mean. That's what's gonna
But
happen
it,
now. Like literally,
That,
this. I
but
see this
but
is an
even when
exit
you look
plan.
at but even when you look at books like in Revelation 11 and verse 2, there's a there's an inner court for for Israel and the outer court for the Gentiles, and the only people that are going to be in the land are those of us and those that are joined to us through faith, and
Hmm.
all of those people are going to be outside. But what they want to do is say is use Galatians 3:28 and 29.
Hey, Karis.
yeah.
I done earned another $53
Little
off.
rainbow flag over there.
So, so I'm gonna buy you.
Uncle, you cut out, you know.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, you
yeah.
did cut out. Yeah,
Yeah,
you did cut out.
sorry about that. Some Yeah, I said that all they have is Galatians 3:28 and 29. Our people keep pushing that when the rainbow flag is over there, and the people over there has interpreted it literally. And we're not going to have that in Africa. We're not going to have that in our culture. And our people has back. There's a big backlash against everything that they're pushing. So I don't see how they're going to get out of this unscathed. I don't see
Now,
it at all.
well, the
Hey,
thing
hey,
is that they're not going to get out of it unscathed, and that is where they're trying. So every type of um caretaker state or caretaker nation that they thought they had is not stepping up for the challenge, right? Even the US was had to take a step back and say, hey, this isn't very popular here. A matter of fact, we're getting raked over the coals here trying to defend that. Now, it's double talk. So they'll say that and then give them money under the table. So we know that that's a lie. But the fact is that they have to, try to, keep up with appearances. That tells you something. Go ahead, Brother Rojo, and I'm going to get to Brother Mike.
okay. Uh, I earned another $53 from on TikTok from hanging in lives and everything. People gifted me. I want to buy another ticket for somebody. Like I said, and so to whoever you give them to, please don't thank me. They can thank you, or they can thank Hamas, or they can thank the Most High. Don't thank Rojo for it. I mean, I'm just people's been, you know, doing, helping me out as far as get where I need to be or whatever. So I'm just paying it forward. That's how you do among Israel. So later on today, I'll be um purchasing another pass for the um that thing on March 31st.
The
Invest
invented
in
question.
Africa seminar. Thank you, Brother Rojo. Brother Rojo is kindly pushing for the Invest in African seminar. Let me tell you this, family. We have access to Tanzanians. The chairperson, let me tell you who Sebastian is. Sebastian Kapufi is the chairperson of the Tanzanian Parliamentary Association of Population and Development. He's the one that's a primary linkage of if you want to invest in companies in Tanzania, that's your person, that's your man. Accompanied along with him is going to be the Tanzanian Investment Center. And the people there will be able to give you the no kidding. Here are the companies that will be friendly to doing business with us. They want us there. Even as we speak, I'm working with getting linkages established in Uganda. That's what I'm doing. Ask Garth, ask Mike. We're working that right now. We have Kenya that's asking. And we're trying to figure that out. Hallelujah. But this is where we establish the communications. Think about what this person is saying. When we just presented that video that they want to liberate Africa, no, that means they want to steal from them. They want to then recolonize them. They want to destroy them.
They want to remove Africa or Africans from Africa. They want the people away from their land. That's what they want to do.
You know, and they don't care. These people, they hate the Most High. They hate the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They hate him because they know who we are and they know who they are. Diametric opposites opposing. And guess what? They know where they're going to in this prophetic turn. And they are mad. They are very nervous. They're trying their best to create all the laws that they can, all the policy that they can, and they realize they don't have that much time left.
It's burn, baby, burn. That's where they go.
I don't know about your side over there, Chantel, but over here, they're trying to kill us all. They're trying to get rid of us over here in the United States.
Well, they're trying to do it via laws and everything else. This is why they know. They know, look, once you have an army deployed, that army doesn't stop. That army doesn't stop. What do you think is going to happen with Ukraine? Does anybody really understand what's getting ready to happen? Does anybody really understand what's getting ready to go down? This is why they amassed 90,000 people.
I heard
for
Sweden
NATO
is getting involved too.
This is why. They know what's getting ready to happen. They're throwing all they can into the fight in Ukraine because why? Because once that happens, once their forces get eradicated, Russia ain't gonna stop. Okay, we're done. Time to go home. Time to clean up. No.
World tour.
Garth Bingo, what you just said, that part.
Bingo. And who's joining the world tour? There's always some backup singers, backup dancers.
You
got MC Hammer and the 157 crew.
We on a world tour with my man Putin.
I mean, Karen said
It's so funny because a little while ago, I remember saying, as I said to my mom, and I've said to a lot of people that, you know, if people think that these people are going to be content when they've eradicated the peas, when they've eradicated them, you think they're going to be content with that? They've already mapped out and shown, you know, they want the rest of the so-called Middle East. But I even said, do you think it's even going to stop there? They're looking to Africa. I said this ages ago. They're going to, they are dragons. And what do dragons do? They hoard everything. You know, they have the spirit of Nebuchadnezzar. Remember when the three boys stood up, the whole of the provinces, 127 provinces were bowing down, except for the three brothers, these three boys. They stood up. Nebuchadnezzar was not even happy with everything that he had. Everywhere he looked, everybody was bowing, but those three that stood up in defiance, he could not take it. So these people, they have that kind of spirit. It's not enough for them to even have the whole world. They still have to have everything. That's exactly what I said about yesterday, where they stole everything, and now that we're using the bits of what they left, the things that weren't tangible, the things that they snubbed their noses and said, oh, it's just, voodoo stuff, right? Now that we are using that to heal, now they want to come in. Now they want to they want to participate. But it's not enough for them to just sit down and listen and learn. No, they got to be at the head of the queue. It's like that white man that was, I don't know if any of you guys saw this video. It was last year. I think Lisa Cabrera did a story. There was, homeless people, and it was, black sister was feeding the homeless. The whole line was black. And this white man thought he was going to push in and get his first. With the entitlement, like, no, I'm supposed to get first. This is how they think. They haven't changed. They haven't changed. There is a small speckle of them that actually have the good sense to, you know what? We've had this for 2,000 years. It hasn't worked. We know it don't work. Let's just sit down, because these people haven't done anything to us when they could have done something to us. They haven't done anything to us. We know that whenever we are in trouble, they always got our back. They're always looking after us. So let's just sit down, and we're going to stay out of this mess. We're not joining with the rest of our people, but the majority of them, that's how they think. They haven't changed.
Chantel, speaking of that, your country's little sister, New York.
Brother Rojo, wait a second.
Go ahead,
Let me get Brother Mike in here, and I'll get to you.
Shalom, how you doing, brothers and sisters?
Shalom, bro. Mike.
Hey, shalom, Mike. How you doing there, brother?
Okay.
Shalom, brother Michael.
I seen Karis went in on them today, huh? I always seen that they, if they're nervous, like Karis said earlier, Satan is also nervous. They're getting that nervousness from him. He's nervous. He's seeing what's going on. And now, I mean, you trying to get, what is it, Uganda or Rwanda?
Uganda, suppose. That's what they said.
Uganda.
All right, but now, and we know why they want to go to Uganda. But if I'm not mistaken, Russia has the contract for the mining of that gold, that 12 trillion.
Yes, they do.
Now, it seems like to me, you're trying to bogart yourself into a contract. Their arrogance is trying to bogart and force themselves into a contract because they see that $12 trillion worth of gold.
Yes, that's correct.
Is that any different from what they've done?
Yep.
They will only be consistent with who they are. They have literally pushed themselves in. They've called themselves something that they're not, trying to buy their way into a contract, the covenant. Same with Christianity.
Hey, brother. No, go ahead. Finish your point, and I'm gonna ask you a question. And Chantel.
No, go ahead, brother.
Now I was gonna say you're in Chicago, so you're not too far from them. They're doing that stupid.
No. I'm not in Chicago no more.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. But okay. Well, then I'll limit it to Chantel, because York is a little cousin of Britain. And speaking of entitlement, did you hear about that white kid that went train surfing, fell between the trains, and got, jammed up? He's no longer with his family, and his mother is having the nerve to sue everybody for what her son did.
That's what happens. Unfortunately, that's what happens.
I didn't hear that. What happened?
This little white boy went train surfing, subway surfing. That's where you get on top of the trains while they're moving fast and turning, and you act like you're surfing water. Well, the train had to do an emergency, like, slow down. So the guy fell between the trains, and then the train resumed. So you know what happened to him. If you've seen what it would do to a quarter, there's no need for any extra explanation or description. And now she's suing the train company, she's suing TikTok, and she's suing Meta. because I guess his friends were filming it and they
Mm.
filmed the catastrophe.
How about they sue her for being Mother of the Year? How about
Just
that?
another day in Gotham, brother Rojo. Another day in Gotham.
Can I say something when I get kicked off the panel? When I'm a keep my comments because they're watching Karis's channel too hard. So I'm a put a zipper in front of my mouth on that one.
Nah, don't worry, don't worry. Again, if you enjoyed this channel, please donate to you can donate to Covenant Awakenings. I have a feeling I'm not gonna probably be on, next week. I think I'm probably gonna get shut down. I'm being dead serious.
Especially since
So,
Rojo's back. Since Rojo done came back.
since Rojo came back and Rojo has become the militant black Willy Wonka.
What? The militant black Willy Wonka? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's a
You get nothing.
Militant black Willy Wonka. He be having them nerd ropes with pew pews.
Mm-mm.
Man, he got a gang of Oompa Loompas with him, ready to do whatever.
For the longest time, they had me with a drop in an extra small cup, But since I broke that, and I'm back to my old self, YouTube hates me.
Can't you see? Look at me. I have them on the pew pews so they can get that constipation. So they don't know that when they go, it ain't relaxation, but
And,
it's bad medication.
and as Steph Curry, if he could play with three balls on a basketball court, he's not even that talented. I'm going to keep on going back to that. Y'all clown that.
I mean, I feel like if it's anything that gets us in trouble, it's that, which is ridiculous. But like I just say Joanna, man, as a code word. If you want
Y'all listen. Y'all don't even understand the team that the MMB was BBM BBL. I don't know what they want to say.
BBM.
You know, them right there. Look. Them screens are some mean pics. You weren't gonna run past that screen.
What cares how I'm just hurting?
You listen when they were running Kansas and they were getting that 3-pointer in the corner. Okay, that screen was gonna be lights out. That's what. Do you see how she was underneath the basket? Nah, that trailer got wiped out in that Kansas play, and she could not guard that corner.
Hey, Kerry, did you see that MMA slam though on that third one? I mean, that wasn't even a take. That wasn't even a.
He said,
You're talking about the picks, brother Cash. Like I said, the box out is crazy. Boxing out is crazy.
No. Don't listen. You tie up that ball. That could have cost her life. Do you really want to go to a jump ball?
Jump ball. Hey, let me shut up.
Is that tie up worth it, or else your back is gonna get all cranked? You're gonna get an elbow from these testosterone filled arms. Is there something that you really
all that man sweat? All that man.
God.
Is that what you want? Is that what you want?
see, God is a moderator in your room, so I can't say what I want to say.
Oh.
You know what? Let me say this though. We will. It's going to come to a point where we laugh and we joke and things. It's going to come to a point where brothers and sisters are going to have one mind and one mindset. It's getting there. It's getting there. We are going to have our minds so focused because we would not be this is luxury for us right now. We can laugh, we can joke. This is luxury. But when they take their arrogance to a whole different level, we got to take our faith to a whole different level. Because now, even though we may be on the four corners of the earth, our hearts are where our people is at and where we are from. Because when they affect that land, they affect you also.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
why we all
stronghold.
got triggers.
Yeah, that's a
Yes,
stronghold, and they know that that's the last attempt to get to the stronghold, right? They took us on out. Okay, while we're still relatively sleeping, right, and we're getting now shaken out of our sleep because people are getting shaken out of their sleep right now. And now folks are understanding, oh, it's been Africa this whole time that powers our cell phones, that
exactly.
provide computer chips, not
Hmm.
processing them, but provides the computer chips, that provides the cobalt, the chromium.
And they kept our people, the land. No, not the land. They kept our people poor. How is it that everybody else has all of these luxuries, communications, and our people there are living in a third world system and
Environment.
everything they
Exactly.
there you go. Man,
Third
please.
world environment, but they provide for first world developed living. Tell me the paradox on that.
It's like the Amish building a community for or
A
building up
smart city.
a
They built
smart
a smart
city,
city.
right? That's the
And I
only
was building a
that's
smart
the only
city.
analogy I can think of.
Mhm.
Brother Mike, don't be cynical, brother, because you already know how they doing it. Look at what they did with that brother who did that water thing, and then they tried to get at him, and he had to flee to South Africa.
Oh
Man,
yeah. No. I look at ourselves. I look at QTUA. I look at brothers and sisters that are trying to put things together to get back to the continent. And every last one of them, it's a battle to get back into your own home.
yeah, because
You,
they put those barriers up and making it hard for us to try to connect with each other.
they're going to keep that there as long as they possibly can until we or Yah knocks down that door. And once that door has been knocked down, we building up another door. It
Well,
Oh,
ain't
well,
I,
let me tell you, we're seeing actually the mechanics of that door being knocked down, as we speak. That's what we see there in the Hague. That's what we see going on, even right now. That's getting ready to be reestablished in less than 15 minutes because you're going to have a response from Russia. Thank you, Sean, for that link. And
Oh,
do the
you most
check.
definitely
You
gonna
got
get a
that right
response
there.
from Russia.
Oh yeah.
Yo, you go get one. They go
Well,
get it from
well,
Russia.
well,
hey,
because why? But a lot of people don't understand why is Russia being friendly with these relations, right? Russians know who they are. Russians know where they come from. Even those that say the nationality. Be wary and mindful of what was said during that interview that Putin had with Tucker Carlson. He said, "Yes, we have nationalities. That doesn't mean that they're ethnically." See, understand the words. It was a choice. They
hey,
can choose to do what, and do you understand now? Now it's, well, yes, we chose this because why? They're trying to let them know, look, this is the converts. They know that they're converts.
Hmm.
They also know that they need to have friendly relations because they need those resources.
Yes, they
Understand the
also.
it's a diametrically opposed position between Zionism and their convert status. They
Mm,
know. They're trying their best to say, look, we're not those people, even though they're really our cousins, even though we're the same people, but we're not. We
hey,
know what's going to happen to them. They're going to be absorbed right back to where they originally came from.
okay, thank
And
you,
they
thank you.
know that. They know that. They understand it.
You answered my question right there because I was going to say that was problematic what Putin said about the different nationalities, but
Yes.
you unpacked.
Yes.
Thank you. I was
That
like, no, go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, no, you good. Go ahead. I just thank you for unpacking that because I was like really worried. So thank you for unpacking that for me.
Yeah, but when they tell you, oh no, that's not gonna happen, that's not gonna happen, and then guess what? Then Advievka gets wiped out. They capture that. Now they know that the Ukrainian army, which is basically the Russian or the Western NATO front, which is going on. The Western NATO, or excuse me, Eastern NATO front, which is happening, that's collapsing. All of these weapons, all of these guns, ammunitions, everything else, these billions of dollars that had been sunk and that they're still trying to sink.
Mm-hmm.
It's all calamity. It's all calamitous. Because why? Because the moment that Kiev goes down, have you noticed that they've been trying to say, oh, we want to negotiate, we want to negotiate, we want to negotiate. That's what they've been saying now. And Russia's like, nope, we're
Now they're
done.
saying that. Now they're
Yeah.
saying that.
Now they're saying
When
that, and
Russia
Russia's
was
like, we're done.
able,
You know
mm,
what's
when
you know
Russia
what's
wanted to
really
come to the
crazy?
table, they didn't want that.
Yep.
You know what's really crazy when you say all this, like the ICJ and all these decisions. I woke up this morning seeing that people have lost cell phone coverage and phones are down.
In
AT&T
Canada.
and Verizon. I mean, is that a coincidence?
No,
No.
it's not.
I feel like there's going to be a big blackout,
Terrorist.
blackout
But
You
somehow.
are no,
wait.
no.
Didn't we
All
just
right,
talk
go ahead.
about this?
Go
Didn't we
ahead,
just talk
Karis.
about this? And I got the biggest troublemaker of all. Do 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 do. Here
Oh
comes
no.
Jacoba,
Hey, Jacoba. Hey, Jacoba.
the red-nosed Hebrew. He has to come and warn us all. And
And
I
if,
if
think
you
I got a
ever
bad
the
die,
Gentiles
reputation.
don't follow, they're gonna be engulfed in a
Hey,
big old
brother
flame
Jacoba,
ball.
welcome to the insanity that is Covenant Awakenings.
Hey, Karis, I want to say something to you. You ain't got to be scared to talk. You already know that Ukraine is America light, is USA light, and they are really mad. So sorry about what's going on because Russia's been keeping a foot way deep, ankle deep, calf deep in Ukraine's 4 points. So you ain't got to be scared. I go on my TikTok and I said they shut me down. I'll get a burner account and I'll bring it up again.
All right,
But
Jacoba's talking.
Well, Elder,
If y'all gonna talk, I'm gonna put y'all on the
Elder
back.
Asaph is going to yield the floor to Brother Yakoba,
Yeah, if y'all want
our
to talk, I'm gonna put
esteemed
y'all on the back.
elder.
We
We
gonna do
need
it
to hear
like
from him.
Tail Ministries. Y'all want to talk? No, I'll just set y'all on the back. Hey,
Don't
I
change it
had to
up
go on.
now.
I had
Try
to
to
go
go
on
bougie.
cause Rojo been too nice lately.
Ojo hasn't been here.
Mm.
oh my goodness, Brother Yakoba. I because I wanted to bring that on out. You're doing another broadcast 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Balance and come as you are with biblical repentance. Please, family. I know y'all gonna check that on out, but like I had said earlier yesterday, this is a time, honestly, for a lot of the Gentiles here that's now getting into this time that they're awakening. What is it that you see? And panel, please do not interrupt. What is it that you see?
Man, I just see all hell breaking loose. But anyway, you know, for me, I got pet peeves all over the place. And you know, I just give it all to the Most High because ain't nothing gonna change unless He intervenes. Because I look at all this stuff, and you know, we're not on code, right? And I know Question United Africa trying to get us all to work together. Be honest, without a supernatural intervention, I don't know how that's gonna happen. Because you know they're marrying the Chinese over there, they're marrying them folks over there, and
Mhm.
they're gonna say, "Well, you go, but you being racist." No, I'm being culturally exclusive, right? And you know, if nobody looks after us, like I was watching this video of this Kenyan woman, she had went to United Arab Emirates, and she was dating a Lebanese guy and stuff, and how he only wanted to have, you know, relations with her. Only want to bring her to her house, wouldn't bring her to the public. And the problem I have is, okay, they don't know that these people put on faces, right? They don't know that these people will smile in your face and stab you in the back. They don't know that they look at you as something to please them, right? Whether it be, you know, in the bed, or it's financially, or we want your resources, you know, just like with you know, with Netanyahu talking about uniting with Africa. For what? To steal our resources, to take our land, just like you did with Palestine. We ain't stupid, right? But guess what? How many people gonna fall for it? You see what I'm saying? That's the problem I got. Now, I do like the fact that Museveni, you know, he's sort of pushing back a bit, but the rest of them jokers, man, I don't have no hope. And then let's not talk about what's happening over here in America. You know, you got a non-citizen who's on the electoral commission board of San Francisco. Right, you got America being given away to the Chinese, right? And people act like this is normal stuff. I'm like, where the whole right wing racist Republicans who like, not my land? I'm like, your land is being given away. Y'all talk about a bunch of crap. Y'all talk about wokeism. Y'all talk about CRT, right? Y'all act like it's all us while the Chinese taking your land. This is a crazy world, man. What was the movie? Where the world was crazy. What was that movie, Care? Where they drinking Gatorade, putting Gatorade on the lawn and stuff.
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy.
Yeah. You got President Camacho. That's what we were talking about yesterday. They got some not shores, and these folks are looking like not shores, like they done lost their mind. Go ahead, Jacob.
I'm just saying, man, I don't have no hope but in the Most High, dude, because all of these people, man, it's like we the only people on the planet that's not on code, right? But everybody else, they want to act like they're our friend till they take our stuff, take our women, take our gold, take our land, take our silver, take our water. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody care about us but us. That's where I'm at. I don't care what nobody say. I'm like, I'm like, we should be exclusive like our ancestors used to be. Don't you marry them folks. Only marry within your group, right? Because we stupid if we do otherwise. And I got people in my family marrying them folks, right? So I'm not being hypocritical. It is what it is. We the brokenest people on the planet, man, and we need the Most High. That's all I know.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, brother. I do. I'll be the first to agree with you on that. When me and Cass was there, that's what the brother said. He had a complaint in his village. They say, just in his village, nothing but Asian babies walking around.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. And see, but this is where we come. That's where that Christianity come in. Oh, we all exactly. Equal. We all this. We all that. And that's where, and you're right, because it can be discouraging. I kid you not. I mean, but when the discouragement kick in, you fall back and say, only the Most High can straighten this out, because I don't see any organization, any man doing this, because they have us so out there. And it's Christianity, that's a poison.
And just think about it. 2 million undocumented immigrants in South Africa working. That's them folks working in South
Africa alone. You know? That's crazy.
Yeah, and then you got Malema pushing the alphabets. I'm like, this is a crazy world. I'll just stop the world, stop it. You know, I need to get off because it's all crazy.
Okay, but Jacob, I'm glad you said that, brother, because I didn't want to get kicked off for bringing Julius Malema up. He's suspect to me now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. As soon as he started talking about, those, the doctrine, I was about to say something else. That doctrine, I just completely ignored him. And it could be discouraging. Listen, I'm like 34 now. So I feel like it's more like, I'm not trying to be, because it seems like you guys are older than me and you've lived and had your, well, I'm not gonna say had your life or in order or whatever. But I feel like for me, it's like all I could do is uh, trust the Most High and love Him. You know, that's all that's the relationship that I need to really focus
Hey,
on. I
Carl.
can't really be
Stop putting years on me, boy.
discouraged by our women. You know, some of our women who don't know better. Like it is at this point. Like I
Carl,
can't be too discouraged because the Most High is He's gonna love me more than anyone else. So
But
it's
you
like
know what, Garth, on that, I don't think it's more so in for our brothers and sisters on in the continent.
Hmm.
If you've been so bombarded with poverty, poorness,
Yeah.
and you want something different, they just hanging a purse over their heads.
oh
Absolutely.
yeah,
That
it's
that's
disgusting,
what
and I
this is
can't.
coming
It's
from.
hard to
Yeah,
watch. Trust me, it is disgusting. It's like pretty much like prostitution, but
yeah.
Carl,
I mean,
the
I
only
like
thing to
I don't.
you is to hang hang with us. I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I mean, I know me saying the term FBA could be problematic, especially on this panel, on this channel, and I get that. But
No, not really anymore for me. I mean, listen, we're all gonna have to come together, and the Most High is gonna call us what we truly are and give us our true language eventually. So we can
I'm
all
gonna tell you,
have
I'm gonna
this.
tell you this. Well, I agree with Rojo. I mean, I used to didn't agree with the whole idea of FBA, but really FBA is really Judah, right? The ones scattered amongst the nations as slaves, because we got a different viewpoint on all this stuff. You know, we got to
that,
be
Yes, we
our
do.
own tribe.
thank you, Jacoba. And I was just hoping that one of you all would see where I'm coming from. I'm not talking about delineating from like Chantel and other people within the diaspora. No, we want our riders with us, but trust me, we're the chief here in America. We are the chief um, group that's going to come out first. And the riders, we're going to stick to our riders. We're even going to kind of stick with those traders. We're going to look at them side eye. And then there are other ones that we're just going to, I'm sorry to say this, Karen, but I'm going to say, pass me a bucket of stones because I want to throw the first stone at some of them.
But you know, when I said
Rojo, Rojo is classic. You think my ad libs are classic. Rojo is classic. He said, "Pass me the first bucket of stones." He said, "I'm
Pass me
about
the
to
first
throw
bucket.
but
at
you
him."
know, when I
Oh,
say FBA, I also include the UK, right? Because they know what it's like as well to be enslaved and them people to gaslight us and tell us they love us while they passing laws and all these things and putting our people in jail, right? So I would include them in that when I say FBA, but you know, it's that thinking of those who've been held captive right around the world, right? We got a different viewpoint now. I don't know how the people on the islands think. You know, if they're anything like Sister Shonda, then they all
Well, yeah,
inside too,
brother.
right?
But literally, I mean, my family's from there, so I mean, like I say, like the FBA thing doesn't bother me. I mean, my family, literally in the Caribbean, most of us are just black and just stick with black people and
But
don't really
are they
commingle with them.
conscious like those in America?
I mean, what's his name? His mom's from Grenada, my home island. Malcolm's ex's mom is from Grenada. I mean, Marcus Garvey. I mean, all those people are conscious and are from the island. So, I mean,
Like to me, my favorite island person. I ain't gonna lie to you. I say it right off the stop is Stokely Carmichael, aka Kwame Ture. I love me some Stokely Carmichael. He's from the islands. I don't know which one he's from. I don't think he's from Jamaica, or I don't know. You correct me on that, little bro Gar. Is he from Jamaica?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not like the gatekeeper for knowing who's Caribbean or who's American. I was born here. You know, I obviously am American. I listen to hip hop and grew up in that culture, so I know both sides and understand like
but
the
yeah, but it's
delineation and where the contempt between the two groups comes from. But
but
I,
it's hard, and I understand. I understand it's like this. A lot of our folks will generally know what plantations we came off of here in the United States. We'll generally know the area of where our family got released from in terms of chattel slavery.
You know, at the docking station. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, where we left on that of.
But
I
Karen,
know I know that if I go to South Carolina, I know that I can pass through a town and tell them, "Hey, I have family here, here, and here." And they'll say, "Yep, they're over there, they're over there, they're over there." And possibly that person I just talked to is probably a distant cousin of mine.
Oh, Karis, but you're in Florida, so you probably got a
Kind of
lot of.
like that on the island, so
No,
if I'm
no,
honest.
Karis, he got a lot of Maroons in his family. If his bloodline goes back to the 1700s in Florida, Karis probably got the. Karis family probably saw witnessed the first plantation get burned down because
Oh,
Florida.
oh, my no, no, my family are swamp. My family is a dismal swamp family. Yeah,
Whoa!
yeah.
Are
I'm a yeah. When I looked
Oh,
at that, yeah. No,
wow.
yeah, yeah. It was interesting because when I took my son on out there a couple of months ago to the Southeast Virginia area, they have their little phosphate things, on the edge of the swamp, but they don't go in the swamp. They don't go in the swamp. That because you understand when you even here in Florida, you don't really tread on out there in a lot of these holes and stuff like that because you can literally fall into a sinkhole.
Now I have a new respect for you, though, bro. I mean, your family, you have lineage, blood ties to the Dismal Swamp.
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, damn. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Much,
Yeah.
much
We,
respect. I
we were
mean,
the original swamp things.
And also, bro, Rojo, I don't know if you know, but the Maroons also start. I mean, there are Maroons from the Caribbean as well that disavowed themselves and went in different villages after the slave revolts. So it all encompasses. And I learned that I have some distant cousins in Virginia and stuff like that. I would say I don't know what port I come exactly from. I guess the Bight of Biafra or whatever. And
uh huh.
then after that it gets a little bit muddy because and I didn't even realize it. Yeah, in America you guys could literally trace where your family is from in America, and you have like a closer connection now. I understand why you have the delineation in the FBA. I just like I understand it. I know why it's important. For me, I just was born in America, born in Brooklyn, moved to Jersey, lived in Jersey most of my life, and I know my parents are from Grenada, and then I know that I don't know literally what before I did my ancestry. I didn't know exactly where in Africa they came from, and it says I'm Igbo, and a lot of the people in the islands were Igbos, and then also I did my DNA, and this community came up called Portugal Madeira, and I learned that that literally was like the first place where they brought the slaves to even like do the idea of the transatlantic slave
Well,
trade.
little bro, God, you're good because I mean, I'll let your Yakoba correct me, but I think the Igbo, their origin, not where they are now, because remember back then, up until 1900, there was no such thing as called Nigeria. So let's establish that. But I think the Igbo originate like in this, the Sudanian parts of Africa. And now, Jacoby, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But from what I've been studying, they kind of started in that because aren't they part of the Ashanti tribe? Ashanti family. You have to speak. They
Well,
were speaking Swahili before they were speaking Yoruba.
yeah, those are language classifications, the whole Nilotic and all that stuff. So that's what the Ashanti classified as Nilotic, even though, they all Israelites. That's why you sort of got to be careful when we go Bantu and Nilotic and, the whole Upper Volta stuff in Ghana. And, but, the Igbo, I just, I think I mentioned on one of my shows that I read one of these Ish people sites where the Igbo claim to have had a connection back to Portugal and Spain as well, which I never
Mhm.
knew.
Wait. What? Portugal and Spain?
Yeah,
Yes, they
Yeah,
had
I
that.
literally just said
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I found out that I had like a DNA community in Madeira, Portugal, and if you look that up, that's what like one of the first islands that I believe Portugal discovered, and they started the sugar production there, and then they took it to other places, and then they stopped.
No, wait a minute. Okay, Yacoba, you have my email address. 'Cause I'm one of your patrons. Can you email that link to me?
Yeah. I'll send it to you.
Golly.
You
Okay,
know what I did the DNA thing when I started to wake up, right? And I was not big on the E1B1A thing. I mean, I got into it, but then when the brother said that the Most High changed Esau bloodline, and that right there kind of, it fizzled away because I'm like, his
Bro-
father is still Esau. It's Isaac. But going back, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
now that's mitochondrial DNA. Me personally, no disrespect to you, Garth or Karis, I don't play that DNA mess. I'm
No,
sorry.
I was just speaking out at random. But I'm just saying. But when I did do and find out, I think it when you could being an African American, you want to find out where you from, and that's how they got a lot of people to thinking. I just want to find out where I was from, and
No, brother
all
Mike.
three maps.
No, what they're going to tell you on those 23 and Me and Ancestry, they're going to tell you that you're from Nigeria. Remember,
I
it was
mean,
not.
no, it wasn't just Nigeria. It wasn't just Nigeria. They gave me each one of those sites that I sent in. I paid for. I think I was almost close to. I paid almost $1,500 for all of them, and I
No,
did like 3 of them because I didn't trust them. Truthfully, I just wanted to see what they're gonna be in the same ballpark.
no, but listen, the only ancient tribes that were in existence back then, especially when we started going into slavery and being brought over here, it was Ethiopia, or I think it was called Ethios, or maybe it was called Ethiopia back then. Ethiopia, Egypt, Misraim, but it had changed name to Egypt. And Jacob, correct me if I'm wrong on this. Ghana and I want to say either Algeria or Niger were the only four that were established ancient civilizations with a name. And where we come from was called um, Yahudin, or no, not Yahoo.
Negroland.
There you go, Negro Land, which is expanded from West Africa all the way into Northeast Africa.
Oh, and let me correct myself when I said Ashanti was not allowed there in Niger Congo. So,
They're who?
They're the
not
basin.
Niger Congo classification.
Okay.
They're in the basin. There's interior classifications. There's also, you have your northern and your eastern. But what you can actually tell is that in the bloodlines, and not just bloodline, but also historical. Um, there's historical stories, right? There is historical references that some will keep. That is done. That's more towards the interior. When you're in the interior, they understand. They know. They keep on to those traditions.
Okay, but here,
Yeah.
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But the more that you kind of go towards the coast, remember those are colonized people when you're out towards the coast. Because why? Because that's where they were dragging our people to be
Exactly.
shipped away in the
Okay,
slavery on all
okay.
sides. It
You
was
have my
where to
question.
go to the water to be sold to the other nations. So
Okay,
so it's hard for us to kind of realize that, look, even when in a lot of the history books, when you see the history books, Oglethorpe, what Jacoba had brought on out, and it starts to make sense that when our people came out of Portugal and Spain and a lot of these other European nations, we knew of each other, we knew of our genetic affinity, and we kind of banded together. That's why they say Luangos, right? They're interior. This is why you have the Democratic Republic of Congo, kind of, that one slice at the Atlantic, right? And then it balloons up into most of Africa. Because why? Because that's where we went to really escape. Because why? If we knew that they dropped us off, we knew that they're going to try to come back to do what? To pick us up again.
Okay, wait, Karen. I understand that we. I'm sorry about that. About cutting in, but I understand that we settled in Europe and we kind of built that. But what I'm lost at is what is Portugal? Because you keep on saying, well, you and Jacoba both said Portugal. How do we fit into that? Because I always thought that we were
Because
Catholic.
Portugal and Spain were all together part of the Iberian Peninsula. The only reason that Portugal and Spain literally separated was because it was political. Right after
Oh,
you
okay.
had, yes, right after you had basically the reestablishment of Rome, after the
Oh,
yes, after the Moorish rule,
okay.
that's where they basically had split. And it was
Got
just over the politics of, of who wanted to be king and how they wanted to be king. So the Pope was just like, all right, you have this and then you have that. That's literally what it is. Look, Spanish and Portuguese are very, very similar. It's just a couple of different, phonetic type of spellings, but even the actual lingual patterns are the same. Same with French. Literally, it's the same with French in that
okay.
romanticized language, or the
Okay.
Roman or Latin type of language groups.
Okay.
So so as that happened, right, what they were trying to do was then they wanted to create that political stability through the former royalty that was through the Moors, right, through the converts, but they, in terms of these newly appointed, quote unquote royalty that came from, or that Rome had appointed, they still didn't have the actual power, right? It's like what you see right now. You see Lloyd Austin, and then you see the one lady that's there in the UN, that's the ambassador. Our people, but what? Well, we can utilize them as these political pawns, but we know that the power literally comes from these black folks because that's our economic, financial, political, military, all these wrapped in one, but we can't have that because why? Well, they understand and they understood their nature. When they try to say, oh, these are Moors, well, Moors just simply included, and even Jacoba brought this on out 2 weeks ago with that video, they included Ishmaelites, Israelites, and other Berber tribes, which also encapsulated some Edomites.
But wasn't Elam in that too? ELAM. The
I would say Elam is more like your Saudi Arabian slash Iranian basin right
got.
there. You see what I'm saying? That would be more. eh, You see more of a phenotype with them, right? It's more of a
Yeah.
phenotype when you're looking at a Pakistani, an Iranian, especially more towards the Persian slash Northern Indian, ocean, per se. And this is why you have it that these historians, these ancient anthropologists, I wouldn't say ancient, but more your contemporary from the 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries, these cartographers, basically map makers and charts like that. They were your first geo information services, or geospatial information services, right? Hey, in this part of the world, it's going to be this, or it's going to look like this, and that's where they're on at. Now, how do you translate that into the 21st century, or per se? Well, now that's being translated as BRICS. This is a translation. BRICS, people think, oh, it's about Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. It is, but it actually isn't. It's actually a economic bloc that's now shoring up the resources of these particular nations, that they know who we are. And now, in terms of knowing who we are, let me mute you. Sister Cry Loud. This is where they are trying to kind of mute the history, but they can't really mute the history because Russia knows, China knows, right? Egypt knows, you know.
Japan.
Yeah, well, Japan is a part of BRICS, but definitely Ethiopia knows. Definitely the
India
Saudi
knows.
in the in the UAE, the Emiratis. Oh, they definitely know, right? And so do Iranians. So what is so then, because you have to understand, right? What are they positioning themselves for? They're positioning themselves to now be in the trade apparatus with Africa, and they could say, look, now we're the interlocutors, because why? If anything from Africa comes out, we're going to be in the position to help or to negotiate trade, right? That's what they're trying to position themselves to do. Not going to work, right? We know the scriptures, but that's what they're going to try to have. Hey, we did this, we did that. We actually took, and we fought to get the real people of the Most High, and this is what was supposed to be said in the Quran. This was what was supposed to be said in the Bible. This is what was supposed to be said, whatever religious text that they want to have, right? They'll finagle a way to make it jive per se, right? But all we're going to say is, no, we already knew this because this was Isaiah 60. This is Jeremiah 50 and 51. These are the texts that were taken on out by Rome.
So do you think we're in the little wings right now or still the big wings right now on that eagle?
That's a question for Yakoba. What do you say, Yakoba?
I didn't catch the question.
Do you think right now, today in 2024, are we in the big wings, still the big wings of the eagle, or are we on the small wings of the eagle?
And when you say big wings, what do you mean?
The ones that would have the longest room and all of this, and then the smallest wing being the ones that's extremely cruel.
Oh, wait, we're toward the end of this rulership here. Even though they're trying to like create military bases on the continent of Africa, like in Somalia, just signed some deal with America. But we're toward the end. I mean, if you look at what's happening here in the States, right, with the Chinese and all that stuff, America's done. Right, America's done, and but this new power structure is rising, and whatever America's role in it is going to be the question, and how long it's going to exist is the question. So.
Well, that's the only teaching of yours I didn't like, but I was always drawn to it because I'd asked you several times about that one. Because that one is the only one, like really from the Bible, that really puts a little bit fear in me. Because I think that this is the one where whichever one, whether it's the big wings or the small wings, where we're trying to be taken out. And you're right, Jacob. It's going to take something divine to get us out of it. Because if not, we're done.
I agree.
Oh yeah, off the top.
Well, now understand. For everything that goes on, I always have to liken this, like, don't fear what's happening. That's what the word says, fear not. But now think about what has actually been said, right? Especially from the continent. Come home. We want you home. We want, come back to your family, right? That's being said on the continent. Don't make any mistake about it. The problem that we have as a people is that we want to be able to know when it's time to leave. Here's the problem that you have with that. When you've been held by a nation that is your captors, well, guess what? They want to know when you're leaving too. So they can do everything they can to stop you from leaving. Does anybody understand how a kidnapping works? Does anybody understand that when you are kidnapped, you develop feelings for your kidnappers? There is an empathy. It is Stockholm syndrome. It is real. Yeah. It is a real thing. Hey, we're about to get rescued by the African Union. Yay! And they're going to use this, this, and this, and this, and this, and their plan is going to be this. Nobody ever discloses a rescue plan with a hostage.
So Lincoln wanted to send us back to Africa or to Central America. Marcus Garvey wanted to bring us back to Africa. Would they say, no, y'all can't go? They don't want to let us go.
No,
they don't. No.
That's the
It's
worst.
the liberals that
That's
didn't
the
want you
worst
to go,
case
actually.
scenario. That's the worst case scenario. Why? Once they're gone, their shield is gone. Do you understand Endgame when they say the Thanos rings, the jewels? That's
It-
us.
Mhm.
That's what Black Alpha. Whoever listens to it, I hate to bring people's other stuff on it, but that's what he was saying. That's what the Black Authority was saying. That's what Professor Black Truth was saying. Was that they systematically, and that's what Jacob was saying, that they're systematically wiping us out. They start with the history. You know, the slavery was good. There was no slavery. I mean, it's gonna start with slavery was okay. It taught us stuff. Then they're gonna go advance to there was no slavery. Hey, you know, there was no thing. We all started this together, that together, all kinds of music was we started. And then once you wipe out the history and you wipe out the culture, then the only thing you have left is to wipe out the people.
So let me ask y'all that, since Brother Rojo brought that up. What do y'all think about this whole thing with the migrants? They're literally replacing us. They kick some black folks out of their buildings and stuff like that, and they're gonna
With the
replace them with
$1,500
migrants.
voucher
Yeah.
to get them where?
Yeah.
Where they gonna move to with $1,500?
Yep.
That is the most like demonic thing I've ever saw. That's
Can
terrible.
I ask a question though on that? And this is Sister Charmin. Thank you for allowing me to be on here, Brother Karis, and shalom to the panel. Minister Yacoba said a really powerful thing about them pushing us out. My question is this, I have a counter question. Do you think that they're replacing us because they know that we have to go and they need somebody here to fill the spot?
Who wants that? Mother Mike, I'll let you take that one. Go ahead
You know
and do
what?
that slippery slide. Come
You know,
along and slide on that.
I would say this.
slippery-
Now, when you say immigrants, now we got to remember, there's some blacks there, and there's some black Spanish there. There's some Negroes in there, but for the vast majority, are more so on the Spanish side, and I think that's what it's there for, because now when they start doing this, and just like what Carrie just said, it was black people, and it was the black people's neighborhoods that they're sending these peoples to. You got high schools and middle schools that are shut down. Now they occupied with the migrants. It's not to say that Chicago is being prejudiced. The African Americans are being prejudiced against the migrants, but this is what the government brought in. The government brought in a disruption. They all right. You got black people that woke up, said, "Hey, I challenge you all not to vote." That right there was the kicker.
Yeah.
That was the kicker.
You don't want to participate in our system, therefore it's time for you to go.
Time for you to go. And I mean, when I say
somebody else,
and then at the same time, they turned around and they started laying off black people. Last year, I don't know about this year. Last year, African Americans held the highest percentage of unemployment. They knew what they was doing. They upset. Biden don't know what to do. Now, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Nigga, please.
You know, Michael,
Thank you for
I
saying
just
that.
wanted to add something to you as well. Is that, do you think that it's also because of the fact that the two demographics of people whose birth rates are still either going up or just pretty much where it is, out of the two, the most favorable one would be the lighter skinned ones for these people to try to end up putting their seed into so that they can further themselves, because they from what I'm watching of them, it's almost like the man and the woman, they can't seem to produce life anymore. They're not producing themselves. So it's almost like they need to graft in. There's going to be a grafting in either way, but they want to do it their way. So that's why we're seeing this interracial push. But the preference is more for the lighter skin, because they understand that their genetics becomes washed out, or our genetics is a lot stronger than theirs. So they will look like us. But if they choose the Hispanics, I mean, at the end of the day, they're his Spanish. But if they choose the Hispanics, then
So let me.
Oh no, go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, I was gonna answer Cry It Loud Israel's question. What I think is happening is their plan is to get rid of us, to push us out. I don't know if they know that we're going back home, but they don't want us here anymore. And if you look at what's happening, the Mexicans or the servant class coming in to replace us, the Chinese are coming in to replace the white man. And the Chinese are going to be the new ruling class in America. And, like we said before, the Gentiles going into captivity. Now, I don't think they understand that according to the word of God, we're out, right? But I do think they want us out of here, and they're replacing all Americans, right? They're replacing the working class, and they're replacing the ruler class with the Chinese.
I can see that. I can definitely.
Here's what I wanted to come with
I
that.
have just.
Go ahead, sis.
I can ask question also, Michael.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, sis.
I apologize to this because Michael, Brother Michael, you were telling us something because with the DNA thing, because when I look at my DNA, I'm just like all frazzled, not frazzled. I know that the Most High loves me and He called me, so I don't have to look at that for validation for me. But mine, I mean, the highest percentage I have, if anything, is 22% Nigerian, and then 20% this, and then I'm just mixed up with everything, and I'm like, golly, yeah, what am I? But I'm His daughter. That's what I am.
Are you saying that you're white?
Huh?
If
No,
you no.
I'm an Israelite.
If you give it credit, the French created the name Nigeria. They created the
Oh
classification.
yeah,
No,
yeah. So
but somebody tell you that you're Nigerian, you get debunk immediately. I mean, don't go for that. I mean,
well, I'm not anymore.
No. It's not that. But my thing is this: when they give you the map, and just on that continent, and I tell a lot of brothers and sisters this: add all of it up. If it's on the continent of Africa, if it's on that land, add it all up, because you're the same people. Don't let them think that, don't let them think that, oh, you 20% Nigerian, you 10% East African, all that. Add it all up.
I
Add it
never
all
thought
up.
of that.
Yes.
But
Yes.
there was a question.
We started in East Africa first and it out.
It's hold on, Rojo. Hold on just for a moment. It's not a fact. Maybe
Well, there was
I'm
a
not looking
question
at.
I wanted to ask Michael because
Go
you
ahead,
were
sis.
telling us something earlier, and
Yeah, I think you're getting cut out.
station was cut off.
Crowley.
But there was some of us in the chat who really wanted to know, at least. Okay, I'm sorry. There was a question, and I'll get off. Michael, you were telling us that you had spent $1,500 on the DNA test, and you did 3 of them. Can you go back and further elaborate on that, because you were cut off and we didn't get an opportunity to hear what you were going to say? And I'll go ahead and I'll get off.
Yeah. I was. I mean,
go ahead, Michael. Go. I want to go back to you though. Ooh. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, when I did mine, and because I think what somebody mentioned that we was also in Spain and Portugal and everything. So each one of those tests I did, they literally send me a map, and they're hot, and it has it the lightest speck of my DNA in the strongest. It went from the strongest to the lightest. It was just showing, hey, this is the path. And that path was, majority of it was in Africa. And it went all the way up to North Africa and went through Morocco. And then it jumped over into Spain. It jumped, I mean, it was like in Spain, and then it went to some islands. And then eventually, the darkest one, being in the United States. And so the map of how they were showing my forefathers and how they traveled and with, it was all over Africa. And then and how it jumped into Spain, then it went to the islands, and then Nigeria, then the Atlantic slave trade. And but now, don't get me wrong now, our blood is mixed in with, because of slavery. It went up into the Europeans. But when I say that was very light, it was very light. Very light.
Hey, Brother Michael, I'm sorry. I just got to, I don't know what you're saying, but with.
You know what? But let me say this though. Let me say this. But when it's all over said and done, it's the scriptures that holds the weight, because Yah said He's going to put a sign upon His people, and we know what those signs are. You Deuteronomy chapter 28. You will be hated of, and so that was the strongest thing that I held to. I mean, the map and everything, and I just wanted to know that. I just wanted to know that, because they taught us in church that we was Hamites.
Right.
And see, and so now, yes, you go tell me who I am and you lied at the same time, man, please.
It's just Brother Michael. Jacob taught us over and over to nauseam, because I can count. When I stopped counting at 10, where Jacob had told us repeatedly, and he went with the Bible, don't give yourselves to senseless genealogy. It's you align yourself with the curses. If all of the curses hits us, I mean, and I know some people, ever since 2017, and Jacob brought this up too, and I was surprised that he brought it up. And I can't pinpoint the video. Maybe he can, but everybody wants to participate in the oppression Olympics now. All of a sudden, everybody wants to have either be oppressed or have been oppressed. Mm-hmm. And he said it succinctly, time after time after time after time after time. If you align perfectly with the curses, which we at least I would say about 60% of us in this chat right now, whether it's on a panel or down in the chat, align with every letter of the curses. We are Israel. So, and that's why when people take these DNA tests and they want to debate me, none of y'all have never tried that. I'm just saying, when I go on TikTok and people want to debate me on that, I'm like, okay, you're playing with haplogroups, because that's the only way you could really do a deeper.
Well, let me say this, Roger, on that. Romans chapter 11. Romans chapter 11. Paul went on to he asked a question, has Yahuwah done away with his people? He says, certainly not. For I myself is of the bloodline of Abraham, from the tribe of Benjamin. So Paul it wasn't that he didn't know who he was. We don't know who we are when we start to wake up. And so now it's going to lead you. It's going to lead you to ask that question: where am I from? You come to find out that Christianity is a racket. They lied to you. They told you that you was Hamite, but now you got to go, and now you're starting to do the research yourself. So now it's not the fact. No. Hold on for a moment. It's not the fact that somebody's going out there looking for pinpoint your DNA for what tribe you are from. I mean, I already know. I'm part of the slave trade. I'm from Judah. That's from the scriptures. But a DNA cannot say that. And so it's not the saying that people are going that goes into the to find out where their bloodline or is from. I wouldn't necessarily say that they're looking to find out, pinpoint what tribe you from. You got brothers on the continent. Some of them know. All they know, they just African. Period. That's
And
all.
that's not problematic to you that they just accept that. And that's why I say people like you.
I mean, but but this is what I'm saying, bro.
And
The thing is, this is what I'm saying is this, that slavery, and the curse that Yah said, you're going to lose your heritage. You're going to lose it. But when you start to wake up, you're trying to, all right, you want to go by these laws. You want to stay within your race of people. Now, these are the things that we're trying our best to do right now because we woke up.
Okay, I'm listening. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because we woke up now. And so when you wake up, no, I can't marry a Chinese lady. I can't do this here. No, I don't care what you're talking about. She may have hips and butts, but is she Judah? That's the question.
Not if she Chinese.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what if they believe it in their heart or they identify as Judah, No, I'm just joking.
You know what? They can believe, but right now I'm gonna say it this way on that.
There might be a cake not turned.
No.
The scriptures said that Judah was, went to the four corners of the earth. And those people are known as Negroes. I'm not saying that you don't have some white Negroes out there. Because hey.
What?
You got some out there that got a gap. Hey, listen to me. Hey, Sister Santel, let me tell you this. You got some white people out there that, they are pure white. Because I ran up on this lady. I kid you not, when I was working with AT&T. And she had a black son. And I was like, and we were just talking and everything. And I said, yeah, you being white and everything and so on. So it was nothing, against her. But man, that woman cursed me out. She went and got a picture of her father. Mm-hmm. That man was jet black Negro. She said, don't you ever. Oh my goodness.
No, that is true.
It's true because I had a neighbor. They could pass for white, literally just pass for white, but they grew up black. They culture black. They talk black. Everything about them. Black
I accept them as long as they accept
us. And they're not mulattoes. They're not mulattoes. They're black.
Yeah, that's a tricky thing for me because I don't want those people trying to, those. I don't even want to say it because obviously being dark.
No.
Charles said they're wiggers.
No. My thing, I want Jacob and Karis to answer my question if I'm wrong for feeling the way I feel about that. That people are trying to come in and hide behind one of us instead of the Bible.
But what they're trying to say is, Rojo, you have to understand our phenotypes are just not limited to.
No, it's not.
Darkest of the dark. Well, we could be darkest of the dark and the lightest of the light.
Yeah,
and we're still the speckled bird.
No, it was the albino.
Please don't use that speckled bird thing because the camps take that out of context.
Well, they do. But
what do you mean, brother?
But prophetically wise, right? If you have that prophetic, those things on you, yes, that is going to always shine. Because why? It's not going to be how light you are. It's literally going to be what they spiritually see. They spiritually will see you're not one of us.
See that she shook me, so I'm gonna have to go back on my off days. My off day starts tomorrow. I'm gonna just probably take some time out to listen to some old videos from you and Jacoba Brother Karis, from 2018, because that's when I first heard of you. Was 2018. I started following you. Jacoba from probably 2016, because she had a question that just really just triggered me, and I'm not trying to be like
Well,
that.
yeah. Why are you triggered, bro? What question? What was the question?
I mean, this whole phenotype shit. Sorry.
Yeah, Rojo's
Man,
triggered.
Rojo, you don't disappoint, man. Rojo,
Rojo is definitely triggered.
Yo,
Oh,
he's definitely
Rojo.
triggered.
man. Cover your ears, kids. This is gonna be a Rojo warning. Cover your ears. He's triggered. So he's about to start blasting off on some cuckoo machus, okay? He's about to start giving some Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, have
Said no
mercy.
pork. You just got that.
But look, Rojo, I feel you, man. I feel you, but
Do
I would say this right quick that the way I see it, 99% of the Israelites, right, look like you and me, got color, you know, some darker than dark, some brown, you know, different range of spectrum. You know, you got some of the albinos as well, and then you got a few who might pass for white, right? But they're very few. It's not like what they try to say, well, Israel is all nations, all colors, they Chinese, they white, they Mexican, and all this foolishness.
Yeah,
The
now that's
United
one thing I
Colors
do
of
not agree with.
Bennington.
I mean, I just spent the last 2 weeks debating this whole group of Mexicans, Central Americans about this mess. I mean, they coming in.
Oh my God! Now I know why you're triggered.
They're only ours if there's a Negro there before the Mexican.
No, it's just that she just kept on DNA. I'm like, woman.
But here's the thing though, Rojo. If we're gonna be honest, all of this don't mean nothing to the Most High, because at the end of the day, He's gonna sort it out. He already said He's gonna cleanse our blood. So all of this, and another thing is, we're putting our whole faith and trust in these people. That's all I'm saying.
And look,
You know
I'm not
what?
saying that there isn't truth to what they're saying, but these people have agendas as well.
Why you not mad about the Chantel? She just literally pissed on what Kara said and what Jacoba had been saying. I mean, Jacoba
It's
had.
the word. It's the word. That's what I said. Either you believe the word or you don't. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
If
I
your
mean, who's he talking?
experiences literally woke you up because of the curses, there you are.
Yeah,
That's all.
it's just like I'd use it as nuance. Like
No,
the scripture says to search the ancient past.
I'm a mute. I'm a mute. I'm gonna take 5 because I mean, she really ran me hot, and I don't want to mess up your panel, Karis. I'm gonna take
I
5.
mean, no, Rojo, hold on.
Welcome back, Rojo.
Don't
Yeah.
go, Rojo.
Welcome back,
Stay.
Rojo.
I like the fiery Rojo.
So do I. Who don't like Rojo? Rojo wakes you up.
Yeah, that woke me up. I'm sorry, I kind of baited you. I kind of knew that if I asked him.
Oh, Rojo, you can't do that to Rojo. Rojo likes things plain and simple. Just stick to the point. Be succinct. Don't start muddying the waters.
Let Kratos
just
speak plainly.
Don't try to find a way outside the Bible to make yourself righteous.
But
The Bible is going to either approve you or condemn you. Point
here's
blank.
the thing, Rojo. You got people who are always gonna say, you know, America's our homeland. They always gonna say Native American Indians and Mexicans, right? You sort of gotta let that slide. Like I was listening even on these IUIC was interviewing these brothers from Africa, and they were Black Jews from Africa, right? I think they were from Nigeria. And these guys, they say they know Jesus was black. You know, that's what they say, right? And but they talk about Hashem, right? Everything was Hashem. Now, you know, that's them folks name for God, right? Because they don't want to say the ineffable name, right? But God has his name all over the Bible. And I'm like, look, our people, in my opinion, some of them are worse than the white man for the reason that they are among us, right? And they're trying to push us along with them folks, right? And so it's like, in the end, it's going to be the remnant believing bloodline and the remnant believing Gentiles who make it into the kingdom, you know. So
do you know
That's what it
something,
boils down to being.
I believe there's a reason why they don't want to say his name. They don't want to say his name, the name of Yahuwah, our Father, in the mouth of these blasphemous, lying, told creatures. It's like it's like it will stick in their throat. Their tongues would swell up. They don't want to say it because every time, you know, it literally says in the scriptures that his name on our mouth is a blessing, but to the wicked flee. They don't like his name. So they will have to turn around and say, oh, it's too holy. That's the excuse they use to not want to say it. The minute when I found out what the Most High's name was, I couldn't stop saying his name. I had to say, Father, I apologize if I'm taking your name in vain, but I want to call out your mouth because it call out your name because it just felt good on my lips. You know, like I'm saying his name and it just felt right. So yeah, that's why they don't like it.
I just find it interesting that she went to Michael with that question instead of Yakoba or Karis. Why did she ask that question to those two who has spent?
No, Rojo. She asked me that because I was explaining something, and then you came in and because you came in and cut me off, and I just let you go ahead and speak and everything. That's all. I mean, it wasn't. I don't think it was nothing that. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Rojo, it was your fault. It was your fault. It was your fault.
Malicious. I don't think it was malicious intent to that. There's not malicious intent to that because you have to understand a lot of our people are mixed. A lot of our people got mixed up with this, that. Who knows? Nobody really knew anything until
we didn't know. We were told we were the Gentiles.
Bingo.
Exactly.
Bingo.
They told us we were Gentiles, and that the churches, they still preach that down to this very day. They still preach that down to this very day. I was taught about the 144,000 that all of these, it was nothing but white people. I seen one black guy, and he was kind of questionable to me.
He was 144,001.
Hey, could have been, but I was just looking at it, and I'm like, why all of these? They want to show a depiction of all of these white men, but but when you go through the scripture says out of these 12 tribes, 12,000 out of them. Now we all know these are Negro people. Where's all this pale skin coming from?
All 12 tribes, Negroes, though, Mike. All 12 tribes. Us over here, Judah, the top 3 kingdoms, Judah, Benjamin, and somebody else. I want to say Reuben, maybe, or Levi. We're stuck over here, but we fall under the southern kingdom. Everybody else is in Africa. I mean, that's what I'm going with. If I'm wrong, strike me down. I'll die with that lie or that truth or whatever it is. I'll die with that belief. There ain't no Mexicans. There ain't no Chinese. There ain't no Arabics. There ain't none of that. That's us. We are who we are.
I'm 100 with you on that, Rojo.
All right, but you know what? I'm gonna say this though, Rojo. Due to Israel's sin, salvation came to the nation. So you're going to have some mixture in there, no matter how you look at it.
Oh no, I'm not fighting with you, Mike. Trust me, believe me, because it does Bible that the Gentiles can't take hold of the covenant. So, and I'm not even against interracial dating. Just don't be a coon. Just don't get with some.
I'm against.
No, I'm against that. No, I'm against that, bro. No, I'm
speak
pro-black.
that blasphemy in front of Yakoba.
Now, Rojo, you were doing good. Now you didn't sit up here and said that. Now you done shot you all the way back down. I mean, you black, you Negro, you stick with Negro. I mean, that's just me. I even told my son.
Yeah.
Like, man, I mean, hey, if you look at what the world is doing today, they all back in the days, and this is gonna be pretty much more so to Yakoba. The old movies, if you saw a black guy in the movie, we knew he was going to get killed. We knew this.
Yeah.
We knew this off the top.
All the time.
Now they got so smooth with it. Yeah. Now they got so smooth with it. They still have the dark-skinned black guy as the villain. But here come a light-skinned black guy saving the day. And it's usually going to be some type of a relationship movie. not an action pack, because the white guy he got to be the one that he got to be that action guy. He got to be that one who's going to solve the mystery, or
Michael, tell the truth.
I'm sorry, I said it.
Now, to tell the truth though, the light skinned guy is always going to the one that survives. Always going to be someone who's moist, someone who got baby oil between his 4 points.
Shamar Moore.
Hey, let me
You know
get
what?
Sister Minnie on in here.
Can I?
And I'll have
Yeah, I was gonna say she wanted to talk. She wanted to talk.
Yeah, we can be mindful of our folks that come in, please.
I'm sorry.
I don't mind the debate, but yeah, let's have our folks that are coming in so they can bring something to the table. Shalom, Sister Minnie.
Hi, it's a pleasure to talk to you all. I listen all the time. I've been with you forever. I just wanted to make a comment about the immigrants that are coming in. I believe they're coming in and they're letting them in because we didn't bite the bullet back when they started Black Lives Matter. They want a riot. So when they do the riot, they're planning for the martial law, and what they wanted to do for martial law to conceal us can continue. They want us to riot, but we didn't bite the bullet, remember?
That's true.
Oh yeah, they want the riot, and they getting it. Everything is set. It's set up for that. They already in the neighborhoods, and you notice you don't see these migrants in white neighborhoods or the suburbs. You don't. They are all in the cities, and whether it's a north side and maybe a decent neighborhood, they still there, but not in those suburbs. Not in those suburbs.
Hey, brother Mike, you read about that one illegal alien that killed somebody, YT person, and then they're mad about that, and they want black people to get involved in that. To help, I ain't helping. Nah, you wanted them your people. So y'all go ahead and deal with it.
You know what they tried. What they? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Karis.
Let me get Dion Howard and then Sister Cry Loud, and then we're gonna have to get moving for our our final comments for today. Final comments. So, Brother Dion, shalom.
Shalom. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
This is for Brother Jacob. I don't know. I know you and I, we big on that the promised land is in Africa, but I was reading the scriptures the other day and I came across Exodus 17:5. You guys are familiar with that scripture?
Go ahead, read it for us.
Okay, yeah. Let me read it for you. I mean, if this don't seal the deal, I don't know what will. All right, here we go. And the Lord said unto Moses, go on before the people and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thine hand and go. It's clear to me they went it further into Africa because the rod that he used to smite the river, so they crossed the Nile, the Reed Sea, the Yam Suf. They did not go into the so-called Middle East. They went deeper into Africa. That's all I want to say.
Good find.
I mean, that's a good point there now, brother. You got me thinking on that now. Hold on now. Wait a minute. Hold on. What's that scripture again?
Wait, Mike. I hope you're not going to be triggered because, after this, then I have to hear you become triggered because you be like, Brother Karras, you know what? I listen, when Mike gets triggered, there's a whole bunch of umps and grunts and everything else. Let me tell you.
Good night.
And it's just somehow how y'all's the scripture's been there for so long, and then you can just one scripture can change can change everything. I mean, if like he told Daniel, he said, close it up and seal it up until the time of the end. And then once these scriptures start opening up, we started to wake up who we are and things, and we have a better understanding of the scriptures. We look at church leaders and like, look at you going, what you're teaching is false. And so, yeah, you have the spirit that Yah has given us to wake up, to understand. And he said, if you want to know who you are, he said, ask him and he will teach you. And I'm a firm believer of that.
And don't forget about those ancient history lessons, Brother Michael, about those Edomite cities that are now starting to come open. about all those
The
sides of
mud flood.
mountains.
Wait a minute, say it again, Rojo.
The mud flood. Sister Chantel was talking about it. The cities that they're beginning to unearth.
Yep, yep, uh-huh. And then and a lot of those cities are now beginning to, because some of those cliff faces are falling off, you're seeing civilizations inside those mountains too, along with the mud floods and everything. So a lot of stuff is becoming uncovered, and there's no evidence of any Negroid existence in within those mud floods cities or those mountain cities. Think about
Mm. Cry loud, Israel. You back?
Yeah.
Rojo,
Yeah,
calm
ma'am.
down, breathe. We got
Yeah.
wait a
Okay.
second. I gotta do
First,
I
I
gotta
want
do a breathing exercise with
to.
Rojo real quick.
Well, first, I want to make a public apology, and because I don't want any misunderstandings, or because a lot of things are, because maybe what I said was misinterpreted, wrongly. The real reason why I even came on the panel in the first place is because Lashanda and I were, Michael was explaining something, and then he forgot what he was saying. So I only came on to actually ask him if he could finish his thought, because it was interesting. And so, but at the time, Yakoba and y'all were talking about what is it, the immigrants. So that question came to mind. So I asked that question. So Rojo, I honestly want to apologize to you if I offended you. Honestly, that was not my intent at all. I only came on for that specific reason. But you get caught up in saying things, but I never meant to hurt or embarrass you or say anything wrong at all. I'm not
I,
like that.
I just got caught in my emotions because of everything that's going on, and I was just thinking about some of the teachers that Brother Jacoba had done in the past, and it just clashed with me, and it just kind of became toxic in me. So I just lashed out. So I'm the one who owes you an apology. So I apologize now
I
publicly.
receive it 100%, and I hope if I offended you in any way, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I truly, truly apologize.
You see how Judah do? You see how Judah is really truly humbling themselves and coming together? That's the beauty of it.
When I just thought about it, and I just remembered that what Jacoba had been teaching all these years. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I ran too fast into it, but one thing about me, I'm protective about my people. I
That's
mean,
good. That's good,
Amen.
Rojo. Because all I could
Yeah.
think about was you pouring out a bunch of Skittles and putting those Skittles in those some Pez dispensers. I was just thinking, you put those Skittles in that Pez dispenser, like, man. Chit, 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 chit. Chit, 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 chit.
let me go. Let me go and shave that trigger, that hair trigger. Let me go and shave that down a little bit and take it all the way down.
He was about to put the Pez dispenser in that and dry firing. He was going to dry fire his candy bars, man. Calm down, Rojo.
Hey, Karis. Hey, Karis. While Rojo in his car, he loading up his Skittles and everything. He turned on a proper Tupac.
I'm gonna make a confession right now. I'm gonna make a confession. I listen to a lot of the Black Street, the New Black Media, and especially with my Israelite brothers and sisters. But whenever I put on Yacoba, I'm actually at a gym doing push-ups, doing pull-ups, doing twists and stretching. Yacoba just puts me in that spirit to where
I mean,
No.
I work out while you guys are talking, honestly. Yep. So
I do Jacoba because Jacoba he be coming hard. Sometimes I get cut. I get cut by Jacoba's words. I mean, Jacoba say something, and I'm like, "Damn, bro, you coming at me like this?" He's not even aware that I'm like listening late, So yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. You know what, though? This was actually a great discussion. This was it's a blessing. We started off today with the ICJ. It's still going on right now. It's going on live. We
I
will put
was
that
just
on
about to
there.
ask if there's been any development from that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What are you telling us live, Karis?
Wait. The ICJ is live, but there's also let me show you this before we go. Let me show you this. Okay? Think about what's happening. There's nothing a coincidence. There's no coincidence. There's no skimmerinky dinky doos. Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna share this before we get going. This is from the Daily Star. AT&T down with iPhone stuck in SOS mode as people say world is ending. Why is that? Isn't this something that always coincides when something happens over there in the ICJ?
This is happening right now. Whoa.
Yeah, this is happening right
Yeah,
now.
that's been yeah. I saw that's like
Yeah.
literally I saw first thing I saw this morning.
Of course. Because why? Because everything is going on. Look, this family, I want you to understand. When this thing gets going, communications are going to be the first things that they're going to knock out. We've been saying this
First and foremost.
We've been saying
First
this
and
on this
foremost.
channel. Mike knows. He
Yes.
knows. Look, we have this conversation all the time. Brother Karras, how are we going to do some sort of a phone tree, contract tree? We've been saying this. How are we going to be able to contact folks? How are we going to be able to do this? We've been saying this. When World War III starts, I'm not just going to say when World War III starts. It's already started. But when there's actual kinetic action, bombs blowing up, things exploding, Skittles literally being blasted, they're going to shut down cellular communications. They're telling you this right now, right in front of your faces. Literally, right in front of your faces.
So, Brother Karras, what do you think about the whole trucker thing with New York?
That's a setup too. Because why? Because they're trying to do what? Make sure that you cannot or have any type of transportation. Because why? Because that's probably a ground zero location for some sort of operations.
I hope y'all not scared that America seems like it's going to be shut down because I'm looking forward to it. I'm the only one who's been bold enough to look stupid and talk about the 3 days of darkness, and I still stand on that. It's like because
I look at it like this. I have a different perspective. I look at that.
Yeah, I do too.
That darkness. I think that's the spiritual dark when folks can't communicate with each other. Remember how bad it was with them just being in the house with the pandemic. Imagine them being in the house without no cell phones. Man, there's gonna be a whole bunch of families being murdered. There's gonna be a whole bunch of families being murdered.
See, this is the thing.
Oh my goodness.
And this is the thing, though. This is the thing. Now, I mean, when I was in Chicago, I was seeing sisters with their kids getting evicted. Now, you just take that, and along with no communications, and then you just take a wicked world in which we live in. There's no communications. You have your sister here with kids, a single mother, no communication. Some people, you're going to have people who is hell bent on disruption. They want to go about kicking doors. Now, what happened? They come and kick in one of our sisters' doors, and she got her kids there. And then these people think, hey, it's a free fall. And, no communication. You can't call the police. The police is going to protect his own family because he's not going out there. This is not to sit up here and feed fear. It's to feed a concern. This is the reason why I talked to Karras about that, because I know how deep this thing can go. And I'm quite sure your Cobra knows it too. This is just how deep it can go. I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
I was going to just say right quick, this is the perfect opportunity if communications goes down and trucking goes down for the roundup of Israelites or people in general and put them in FEMA camps. Because remember what happened with some of the homeless. They don't know where they went, right? They just disappeared. I saw some of them were sent to Hawaii, to this like island area where the homeless and the drug addicts go. But this would be the perfect opportunity because we couldn't communicate, we couldn't galvanize, and they can take us out of here. So we don't know what's gonna happen.
And also, to Brother Yakoba's point, they did that to the Japanese too during World War II. So
Oh yeah,
there's
we
already
we
precedent
definitely
for
getting
it.
in turn. Listen, all I know is, look, I just want to take the bottom rack. That's all I know. Okay, I ain't trying to climb up on that top rack.
Well, I want to be the first to give my final comment. I'm going along with what Karis, Michael, and Jacoba said. But I want to say this. I'm still gonna. I mean, Karis, you brought a very, very intriguing point to the darkness theme. I mean, and I'm going to consider that. I'm still going to stick because I'm with also with Jacoba, where it's going to take something divine, and it's going to take something. It's something like that. An event like that will really open a lot of eyes. But stepping away from that, I want to apologize to the panel and to the chat for getting in my emotions. I'm just really, I just kind of got to where because I know what they're doing with this whole immigration thing and with these laws that are really low key aimed at us, these policies about us being phobic of everything. We're ant phobic, we're dog phobic, we're cat phobic, we're greenhouse phobic. So whatever with that. But Karis, with this latest, I mean, with the other two, I'm going to let you decide what to do with those because you're a better steward than that about, than I would be. But with this latest one, this one I'm going to send in today, you can decide on anyone, on the panel who to give it to. But I think I'm just going to keep on randomly sending, purchasing passes for the conference until the deadline because I do want to make sure that because who knows, even though I can't attend it, maybe some of y'all could give me some game, at the end of the road with that because I'm thinking I'm going to probably have to come to probably Michael, when I get out there to beg him for a job. I mean, there are a couple of things I do specialize in.
You won't need to beg anybody for a job. You want to know what they're going to be doing? They're going to be saying, "Hey, come here and show us." They're going to be pulling you. They're going to be grabbing you. Hey, you show us how to do this. You show us how to do that. But thank you, Brother Rojo, because I do have my. If you want to support this channel at the Brother Rojo, don't took the wrecking ball to this thing. I thought it was Jacoba that's usually the troublemaker, but man, no, it's Rojo. It's Rojo.
Hey, look, before you drop me down though, Michael, when I get out there, please remember me. Please, if you see me, you have my real name and information. Offer me a job. Give me a job. Give me something.
No, it's just like what Harris said. You would not need to ask for a job. They could be like, help us, show us, whatever the situation may be. Because one thing the brothers and sisters there know, and this is pretty much the whole continent, they know African Americans don't play with white people or Gentiles. I'm gonna say it that way. And we can be some peaceful people, and we can turn it up at the same time. And so now that's one thing they do know.
And let me say this right now because Jacoba's here because Jacoba called me out a couple weeks ago with this anti-captivity spray. So Gentiles that's listening, look, we got you. Gentiles that's listening, we got you. Okay, we're pleased to announce we're going to get ready for our product release. In about another week, we are working on the final logistical things together with that. So for real, that is coming. That's coming. Shout out to Brother Fast Nickel and Brother Red. They're working on the website. I had to bring up the Covenant Awakenings website. You can donate 4 easy payments in 1995, right? But it's going to be a little bit more affordable than that. Okay. But if you want to support your brothers and sisters that's doing the work to support the bloodline that's doing the work. Listen, and look, the Most High will bless you. That's what I'm saying. The Most High will bless you in this endeavor. Okay. Listen, look, y'all laugh. Look, how many of these tracks did you all get in your hands? These pamphlets did y'all get in your hand? Do you know where you're going to spend the eternity after you die? Look, no. You're going to have that anti-captivity spray and talking about who do you want to serve?
Well, so what's the sense? What's the fragrance? What I don't know, cotton captivity, strawberry scented slavery.
You actually did say the first word. It is. I think, what is it? Cotton breeze.
Cotton breeze. Cotton captivity breeze.
It literally is. It's called fresh cotton, something like that. We'll be talking about it.
Cotton's got to be involved in it somehow. I knew it would.
It is, but you know what? We've had our focus group smelling on out.
What about sugarcane pain? You guys had the cotton, we had the sugar.
We're seeing how well these sales go, these initial offerings go, and then we'll diversify the product. But listen, all jokes aside, it is to be a talking point. For real, it is to be a talking point. So it's coming, it's on its way. Brother Yakoba, thank you for making sure that you kept me in gear on that. Because the board was like, man, we got to get this thing out together. Brother Fast Nickel was heavily involved in that. He said, Brother Karras, I got this, and this.
Make sure to tell them get them while supplies last.
Get it while supplies last, because you listen. If you're talking about cellular communications going down, these are all test run. If you care about a Gentile near you, don't hesitate to buy this product.
Are we giving in a free T-shirt with each purchase?
No. That's going to be up to the Gentiles to pay that four easy payments in 1995. Look, well.
Oh, okay. No fake payments, please.
Like I suggested, we'll make a beard oil later.
Yeah, Garth wanted the beard oil. Some folks wanted to have, lotions and everything else. I said, look, let's just do the spray real quick, and we'll see how that goes. We cannot promise you that it will turn you into, or
what about soaps?
We'll see.
What about soaps?
Listen, we'll have to see the whole product line. We'll see how this goes.
Melanin-rich soap.
Well, what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to put on those black masks. They're gonna to try to avoid the spray, right? They're gonna try to pass.
Yeah, exactly.
Good luck with that.
The funny thing is that spray will probably, you never know. I'm just saying, I don't know what that product could do in the real world. They may just smell like black folks.
Exactly. Saved by the smell of the spray.
You know what I'm saying?
Salvation by spray.
Don't say nothing. Just keep moving.
When the Most High smells that sweet, savory smell of cocoa butter.
But you know what? I think and this is for the panel and for the brothers and sisters in the chat. Not if, but when. When it all goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how are we going to communicate? I mean, what kind of sign can we set up? Hey, to tell the world, or not the world, to tell each other who you are without saying a word.
Y'all better wear y'all Teo shirts. That's all I'm saying.
You get your Teo shirts.
That's what. Hey,
and then with the Gentiles, you get your anti-captivity spray, because the Teo shirts ain't just gonna do it. You're gonna have to get that scent. Nah, you know how black people be smelling things.
The wilderness drip.
You better get.
Yeah, I mean,
they tried, but we. Oh, okay. Yeah. We smell you now. We feel you now. So go to
I mean,
That's
Gilgal.
right. The nose knows, man.
Yep, y'all. Listen,
The
listen.
nose knows.
You gonna have so many Gentiles be like, we showed up in uniform.
yeah.
Wasn't
I
it?
mean, before we had communication the way we have it now, what did the brothers do? And what did our forefathers do in slavery? They sung a song,
Mm-hmm.
and that song they told them everything that they was doing and what they was planning, right there in front of the Gentiles' face, but they didn't understand.
Mm.
They did not understand that,
Yep.
and I
I'm
think
a
we still have that in us.
brother Mike. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go on a limb right here. I would say get it for your family members that you think may be in danger of even going into captivity. You know what I'm saying? Get that at captivity.
I was looking
Results
more so
vary.
for the
Results
t-shirt, you know, the t-shirts, man.
vary. Oh man. Oh, this she said get a free folding chair with every purchase. Nah.
Bringing back
Oh,
Alabama, huh?
oh, all right. Last final comments because I got to get up on out of here. We got some work that we got to get done, Mike. Oh, hallelujah. Final comments. I know I'll give it to you, Jacoba. I know that you got to get ready for your show today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m.
Yeah, thanks, brother Karras. It was fun being on this morning, and I would say, as always, have your head on the swivel, as brother Mike would always say, especially after what we see what happened with our sisters in the Gambia. We can't,
Mhm.
be just sheep with our heads down. We got to be alert, because even if they look like you, they may not be us, and some of them may be us because we that broken. But just be careful. Love y'all, and see y'all later.
All right, shalom. All
Shalom,
right,
brother.
thank you, brother Jacoba. Who else? Who else?
Peace, shalom, everyone, and take care.
All right, thank you, brother Garth.
Yeah, I go. I just want to say, the word says to not forsake the gathering of yourselves together. And every morning when I get off work, I work third shift. This is my gathering, Covenant Awakenings, Tayu Ministries, Dante Forza. I appreciate you, brothers. Keep doing what you're doing. Disseminating that spiritual food and giving us a place to go to keep our spiritual head in the game. So I appreciate y'all, and y'all bless.
Hallelujah. Thank you,
Nah, brother, I
brother.
thank you for the information you
Yeah.
gave, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my brother.
Yeah. Those scriptures really listen. Now we're in this time and we see how these scriptures hit. It's very interesting now. Because you can't tell us nothing unless you just change the Bible. But here's the thing: we have hardback. You know how many Bibles I got that's highlighted and lined up, and can't tell
Mm,
me
mm,
nothing. It was
mm.
right here in the 1995 edition. Hallelujah! All right, thank you, brother Dion. All right, who's next?
I'll go next so I can get off and listen to the rest of y'all. Brother Karras, once again, I want to apologize to you and to the panel and to the brethren who are online. Um, I'm really I'm kind of embarrassed. I'm not sure what I said. I'm thinking back to it, but um I value what you say. I value what our brother Jacoba says. I value all of you. I enjoy the conversations, and I'm usually just in the background, listening live with everybody else, and usually I'm not even in the chat sometimes, but I am there. It's just I'm busy doing things. But I love the brethren. I don't have a lot of fear, and that's only because I really put a lot of my trust in the Most High, and I trust him, and I love the Most High. So I love my brethren too. And um I'll fight for my brethren. That's how much I love my brethren, period. And I know that they'll do the same for me. I don't believe that it's just a one-way thing. I know that we're all in this together. So once again, I love everybody. All my brethren and the Gentiles who love our Father, I love them as well. So I'm not divisive. I will never be divisive, and I never want to come across as that. And you know, um, just to reiterate, I just wanted to know what you had said, Michael, because it seemed like it was going to really be interesting, and you know, forgot what you were going to say. So that's really the reason why I came on the panel. And as far
No,
as
sister,
you, Nate,
no, no, no,
as
sister. There's nothing you said that was wrong, sister. Nothing. There was nothing you said was wrong. I don't even see why. I understand why you wanted to apologize. The apology, but you didn't say anything wrong. I mean, I did lose my thought, but eventually it came back or whatever. But I didn't see nothing that you said was wrong.
okay, I appreciate that. But to all of you, I'm still going to apologize because it's still because of me. It caused this on your panel, Brother Karras. So I apologize. So it'll be rarely that I ever step back on your panel again. It's going to be
No, sister,
Captain
you
T.
don't do that now. Don't do that. No, don't do that. Because if you have something that you have on your heart that's faithful, no, it's meant to be said. You will never know who you may touch
Mm-hmm.
by a word or deed that came up, and you may be the only person y'all will use to dispense that information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll receive that. I'll receive that. But I just want you all to know, and Brother Rojo, who I do follow on TikTok, that I love you all. I truly do. And that one hurt because I really did not. I don't want to make any of y'all angry. I don't want to make any of my brethren angry. But I received his apology, and I know that he received mine. So I'm gonna go ahead and go and just say that, I hope everybody has a great rest of the day, and I pray shalom from our Abba in the name of Yeshua over everybody. And thank you, Brother Karras, and thank you, panel. And I'm going to go ahead and hop off.
All right. Thank you,
Shalom,
Carolina.
sister.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have some thick skin to be on these panels, Hallelujah. Who's next? Because we got to get stuff. We got to get things going,
Sorry,
Mike.
I'll go. I was trying to get away from the school because there was a lot of noise. So that's the only reason why I was, I'm not trying to be the last one, so I got extra time or anything like that. But Sister Cry Loud, I just want to say, look, man, you had something that you needed to say. I understood what you were saying. I understood what you was asking. I knew that she wasn't trying to bring division. Just blame Rojo. No, only joking. But this was a good talk. This was good. I mean, was we supposed to stay on topic with the whole ICJ thing?
We rarely stay on topic. You called me this morning 10 minutes before I'm going on live. Karras, can you get this on out there? And the link went on out
Yeah.
and the romper room began. But no, this is a good. This is good. So.
But yeah, there's so much that's going on, and I can tell you, as I'm walking the streets of South London, people here don't give a toss. They don't care. They're just concerned about their own lives, going to work, taking the kids to school, so on and so forth. It's not real to people until there's boots on the ground. With you guys, it's a little bit more real because, well, you're, it's America. America is the one that sits above all. But on top of that, you've also got the evangelical churches, which take an interest in all these things. So it's going to be more real. People are going to have more, they're going to be conversing about it more than they would over here. Over here, people just couldn't care less. Same way they don't care about the crown, they're not really bothered, But it was good being on. And I imagine that over the weekend, so much more is going to be happening.
Oh, yeah.
But it's crazy because a lot happened over the weekend, with the rejection of the South African application to push the ICJ to do something about that land that is deleting, the people there. So I'm just waiting to see what else they're doing. Too much is happening, and it's like you can barely breathe. Kind of like me trying to walk back home. But anyway, nice being on. And thank you for putting the link out and for having me on as well. And Yakoba, if you're still listening, it was good to hear your voice.
All right. Thank you, Sister Chantel. Brother Mike.
Yeah. I'm like Nicole said, keep your head on a swivel. We know what time we're living in nowadays. And we do, and I'll say this to everybody in the chat. Let's start to take into consideration, just to hear your thoughts. Without cell phones, how are we going to communicate? Without the internet, how are we going to communicate? That's a thought that let's let that resonate with all of you all, with us, and see how we can still have some type of communication, because that's gonna be a very dangerous time. It's going to be. I'm not sitting here trying to do no fear factoring, none of that nature. No, it's a given. It is a given. They will create mass confusion.
Yes.
And then will swoop in like they Superman and claim that they saving the day, and they're the one who brought the nonsense about. This is the world in which we live in. This is the world we live in. And so, I mean, me and Karen's talking about this in red. Oh, yeah, we may go back and forth. We get mad at one another. I'm like, no, but why can't we do so and so this? And Red be like, well, you can't do it this way, Mike, because you got to have this here, and we all in the communications mindset. Karis has his thing, his trade in the communication. Red got his, I got mine. And so I'm just like, we just bumping heads trying to come up with something for the sake of our people. And my thing is this, it may be something very simple out there, but we all got to start putting our heads together to work together so that we can be together. And I rest on that, Brother Karras.
All right. Thank you, Brother Mike. That is very, very eloquently said. We have, in this time, we have a lot of things going on. Thank you to the panel for you all's input. It was a great show. I enjoyed that. Contention isn't bad. We have to make sure that we understand what we're saying and what we're hearing and how we're moving, because the enemy loves to have confusion, working amongst us. And that's okay. Because at the end of the day, it's the Most High that gets the glory. We're here in a time that is like no other. We're here in a time that, everything, all the norms that this West has had, all the social norms that we've grown up with is now all being challenged in front of their faces. We knew where it was going, and now we're here. All we can say is, family, thank you for your prayers, your support. Thank you, family, for what you have helped us with in these last years, because now we're here. This is the final throw. This is a final stretch. And if we can't see that, Father help you. So with that said, family, be ready, be prepared, stay ready, stay prepared. Have your go bags ready. This isn't a time to just slack off. Do what you need to do to have extra water. If communications goes down, what do you think is going to go down next? Yeah, that's going to be electricity. We're in the time of our captivity's end. But we're also in a time where we're seeing awesome things being done by our Heavenly Father. For our Gentiles, keep them in prayer. For our Gentile family members that are waking up to this truth, waking up to this understanding, that are calling on the name of Yahusha. Sister Chantel just brought that on out, Psalm 69. The word is clear. The word is consistent. But it's all up to us. And calling on the name of Yahusha HaMashiach, your bloodline isn't going to save you. What saves us is the blood. Through his son, Yahusha HaMashiach. Sister Marie, I'm going to try to, Lisa Marie, I'm going to try to get that QTUA logo pick. Brother Fast Nickel will more than likely, that's his forte. Oh man. Yeah, visit QTUA, the QTUA shop. Visit our website, Invest in Africa seminar. Definitely support the other channels. Please do, family. Quest Unite Africa will be on this Friday evening, tomorrow evening, with Sister Ashanda. Look on out for us. And I'll see you all over in the chat over on Teo Ministries program this afternoon. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But with that said, family, I got to get going because there's things I got to do. My day has just gotten started. Hallelujah. And I know that you all's has too. And we pray that our people are protected, all those that call on the name of Yahuwah through his son, Yahusha HaMashiach, that we will be safe during these times. Hallelujah. And with that said, family, shalom, salama, siyemi, shalom. Peace and blessings, Yasharel.